my stream. I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube now. Wait, how come Kick's not a team? Who are they getting placed by? Corvette or some shit? Oh, Audi. Cadillac join next year for who? Wait, is Lance Stroll the driver for Aston Martin? You guys remember in 2022 when Overwatch announced weapon inspects and fucking 3 years ago? Hello? Any day now.
Want to control the POVs you watch on the official OWCS broadcast? Choose and switch between the mainstream and up to 4-player POVs, or watch them all at once. Join the chat and earn drops. Watch it on your mobile.
Really, my mobile? Do Europeans say watch it on your mobile or phone?
Chromecast. Watch it, control it, face it.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Now, I know we've had some interesting hiccups over the course of today, and you don't see 3 boxes, you only see 2. That's right, it's myself, Rich Red here.
Oh, we
with
died.
Johnny.
No.
So we just had to take some time away. She was ragging on Johnny a little bit too much. We just had to say, you know what, just take a time out. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It was not my fault.
I know, I'm
didn't do
just
anything.
totally kidding. I'm kidding.
That deep red.
But until we're able to get Zoe back in here, it'll be just the 2 of us as we go through this before entering into the grand finals, which both you and I are really excited to see because we get to see this revenge
We watch it on
match that we
Yeselli.
had yesterday. Isn't that right, Johnny?
Yeah, that is exactly right. And undoubtedly, it's going to be the 2 best teams in the North American region. I feel like GK, they're sniffing a little bit of revenge here. I really do think that yesterday they tried some stuff out, and that just means that they're so well prepared going into today's matchup instead. And I really do think that we might go the distance here. If we get 7 maps, it'll be
I'm
absolute
still trying
cinema,
to figure
of
out if
course.
British people are
And
real.
I really do think that there's a good chance for it, Rich.
We had some cinema already a little while ago, but you know what kind of cinema we're going to have? We're going to have our NA Superstar. Yes, we did have the option available to all of you for this stage 2, and we get to see what that verdict actually is, Johnny. So I'm looking forward to being able to announce it between these 4 that we had. I know you had went for Cuffa, I had went for Infected.
Can confirm
had
we are
Zoe for
real.
Lethal,
Are you
and then
sure?
Chronic's coming in.
Prove it.
And the overall verdict here is going to be the NA Superstar reveal is Chronic. So the 4th one that we had so heavily
I don't know
touted.
about
You had mentioned about the development coming through this stage, the Freya being such a significant factor, and then what we've already been able to see in Nightmare. Granted, they were not the ones to move up into this grand finals, but someone we still collectively have to recognize as a talent in our eyes.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
I think
EU
Chronic
All-Star
defined the
is
stage 2 in
Landon.
North America. Obviously, Freya being released really changed the game, especially the first few weeks when the meta was kind of settling. Freya was like, oh my god, this character is overpowered. And Chronic was the first go-to hitscam player that really just fell in love with this character and the skill set.
Wait,
and was
Nadeshot
able to
opened a
produce,
$20,000
what Freya had to
gloves.
offer. And it really like blew
made
up
all of
his
his money
career to the
back.
point now where, like I said earlier, we're really hailing Chronic as one of the best hitscam players in the entire region. So
Wait.
so I think when you think back to stage 2, of 2025, it's going to be us thinking back about Chronic and the impact he had on Freya. And so very much deserved for winning stage 20.
Absolutely. And before we start getting into that grand finals, we actually have an amazing opportunity once again. We had it for EMEA, we get to have it for NA.
Hey,
We have some coaches. We both have Wheats and Kasaurus here with us.
He still lost like 10 to 15K. Yeah, but he got 20,000 subs that stream, so he really didn't lose anything.
Cool, good. I can hear. Okay, want to make sure you guys can hear us. So again, we've got both of you. You know, Johnny, I know you said you had a couple of questions you wanted to have going into this with both of them. So who do you want to hit up first between the two?
All right. We gotta clear this up. We gotta clear this up before we enter the grand final. Kasaurus, is it your birthday today?
It is my birthday, yes. So I'd love nothing more from Wheats than a nice win.
Happy birthday, man. I don't know if I can give you a gift like that.
Oh, Stevie Wonder vinyl.
All right, Wheats can't get you. Yeah, happy birthday. Wheats doesn't want to give that nice of a birthday gift. Yeah, you know.
CS skin market is at its all-time high right now.
Okay, so
I opened my life. I think my knife is $200 more than when I first got it.
Took a bit of a loss yesterday.
It just depends. It's not like it devalues like a real like stone like diamond or something, but it just depends on the popularity of the game. Right now it's super popular.
Versus to what
the last major was super good. People are all playing CS again.
I think yesterday we were just not really playing our own game. We were kind of overthinking ourselves, and you know, today we more or less went back to basics, and it worked out pretty well. So
yeah, know it? Maybe I might.
Okay, all right. So I'll have a question now on the other side after that. So it's going to be Kasaurus. After what you played yesterday, you had put yourself into the grand finals, and now you were able to
what was that?
sit in the wings for a moment.
Who's shooting people?
And they're going to be entering into this grand finals. Is there anything that you've really been able to see from what they've just shown now, after even Wheats just mentioning going back to the basics?
What did they just play?
Feeling is a little different, or do you still feel that this is the same type of expectation you're going to have for the team to compete against GK today?
Get down!
Oh, I think they were trying out new stuff yesterday. I think the patch hit and they tried to figure out like a new comp for them. I don't think necessarily worked out, like Wheat said. I think we'll see the old GK style with the Hazard, with the BAP, with the Lucio a lot today. Man, we'll have coverage ready for that.
I guess I have to ask though. You know, you beat them yesterday, but there was one composition you weren't quite able to overcome, and that was the Batiste Lifeweaver. So, given that they've been so extremely good on that composition throughout the stage, do you have something a little special planned if GK brings it out here today?
Yeah, we were ready. We were ready yesterday too, and we actually overcame it quite well on Kings Row, and they ended up coming up with some insane clutch. But now we're even more ready for it.
Alrighty, well, we greatly appreciate both of your time. Thank you so very much, Wheats and Kasaurus, for being with us to talk a little bit before getting into this, what we're hoping to be a very exciting matchup between the two of you for this grand finals. I know you've got so much more ahead of you, but right now we're really looking forward to seeing who gets that #1 spot. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for the birthday wishes and best of luck, Sweet.
Good luck.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. But again, you know, that would be a great birthday gift. I mean, you go to the team, you're just like, all right, guys, I know we got to win, but we have to win because it's my birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, chat, when's your birthday?
But also, I feel bad for like, if it doesn't end up happening, a GK's like, perfect, we're gonna ruin Kasaurus' birthday. And they're like added motivation to just like, it's Kasaurus' birthday, let's take him down on his birthday. But yeah, very happy for Kasaurus. Happy birthday to you, Kasaurus. Hopefully has a good one regardless of outcome of this spectacular match. I can't wait to get into it here, Rich, because like I said, this is going to be an absolute banger, and especially over here in North America, the compositions they've been playing, the tracers and stuff, it's been so explosive. The hitscan players, it's been phenomenal, so I can't wait to get into it.
Well, we can really start diving into Team Liquid. I know we got to see GK a little bit earlier.
Happy birthday.
We can talk about them in a moment.
Toxic.
Team Liquid is who we want to highlight. Let's take a look at the players that we've got going into today.
I would like them to start the game.
Brought to the table, because yesterday was an interesting one. Johnny, I think you and I both felt really good about their performance and really the highlights that they were able to bring against GK.
Yeah, but also I think it's noteworthy that when Liquid looked at their best, you know, as they progressed throughout the stage, it was actually when the meta catered towards some of the more brig Batiste compositions, things slowed down.
Bro, the Marvel Rivals fucking online, but yesterday, like lower division tournament or whatever is worth more money than this playoffs, bruh.
So it really just looks like Vega said himself in the winner's interview, they've just clicked as a team, and they're finally playing to their fullest potential. This is a team
we get some more money?
2025 that had tons of expectations.
Can we please get some more money?
Partner team, some of the best talent in North America, but the fact that they weren't able to qualify for Champions Clash, it was considered a bit of a failure.
Happy birthday, N1 fool.
Throughout the rest of stage 2, they've massively improved week after week, and now, after taking down GK yesterday, they find themselves here in the grand final, and now they just have one more match to win the stage 2 finals.
And they're in prime position to do so as we take a look at their opponent, DK, who has worked their way back through this loser's bracket towards the tail end of it to be able to compete against Team Liquid, which again, we know already that they started to get back to the basics like Wheats has talked about.
Nice.
And you had already highlighted Kuffa and the versatility and the amount of hero pool that is brought to this from a tanking role. Lethal was just accelerating when it came to the DPS aspect and really being able to take control.
Yeah, be completely honest with me. Do you guys like mayonnaise?
That communication to Kuffa. There's just so many different factors for this team. I think that's going to really allow them now to put a more formidable challenge against Team Liquid in this, especially when you have to get to that first of 4. It is so important now for the long run that you work through this, and I think because of just this overnight talk and what they want to do, they say,
yes,
we tested these things out, even recognition from, you know, the coach from Team Liquid, where at this point they were trying things, they know mayo by the basics, spoon, but still feels really confident. I think Geekay is in a position to where they can come back tenfold, but you know, birthday wishes may happen.
Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the compositions today, Rich, and it just feels like you said, like they're just playing comfort at this point. Because you look at yesterday, and it was a bit of a departure from what really made this a fantastic team throughout Stage 2. You know, they obviously have their explosive elements. Lethal can just take over games.
I like Mustard.
He's a great damage player as well. But for the most part,
what the hell is...
made GK
dude, for the longest time, I thought that tartar sauce was something that was only in SpongeBob.
Lifeweaver. No one has really been able to take it down. But yesterday, it was more of the Mauga. We're gonna play Mauga with Reaper and Venture. It was
what is tartar sauce?
Way higher tempo, and GK as the initiator. And that kind of style hasn't really been what has made them great so far this stage. So GK maybe slowing things down, back to basics. What really earned them their success here in Stage 2. Maybe that's the
I'm gonna die at Dr. Kelp
in the final match of Stage 2 in North America.
But we're not going to make you wait any longer. It is a waiting moment here for the NA region, so we're going to get this underway. We're going to send it on over to our casters. Johns and Avril, take it away, my friends.
Thank you very much, Rich and Johnny, over on the desk. Yes, it is Championship Sunday. Someone is going to get crowned the King of North America for Stage 2. Now, Avril, will it be Zera, who did end up winning that Stage 1 trophy, or will it be his former team in Geekay, formerly Nightmare? Insane stuff here in our final series. I mean, Geekay just come off with a hot win, a 3-0 event against Nightmare in that lower bracket final.
A convincing one as well. You know, we saw some signs of life from Nightmare, but otherwise it was GK all the way. They wanted a strong statement saying yesterday was a mistake. Today is going to be
my job
different.
sells barnacle kept chilling. I think of SpongeBob when I see it. Did you make juice out of it?
It didn't work out. It got punished. Kasaurus, he's ready though. He mentioned, look, we're ready for what GK is going to bring to board on this grand final. They have their counters. They got the counter stratting. This could be a decent series that will go a potential distance. And also, could be a long one too. Look at that. Potential 7 on board.
Yep. First of 4 format, of course, in our finals. Team Liquid picking the map. We're going to Ilios with a Lucio ban and a Freya ban for GK.
Now we're going to get rid of Oasis here. Ilios.
All right, here we go.
I think we've seen
NA Grand Finals hopefully gives us something good. Liquid, a quick work of GK earlier yesterday. Let's see what happens.
No Lucio. To me, reads this is going to be a Brig Anna potential look, or it could be the Juno coming through. BAP, kind of, you want to play that one.
Chat, what are your map predictions for this?
Will potentially be viable, but I think we might be seeing Winston, we might be seeing Hazard here. It's dive versus dive, I think, is going to be the opening. The difference to me is Infected's willingness to play the ball. Cuffer actually used to have a very strong ball back in the day, but I just haven't seen him play in such a long time. I'm not sure if
DK does 3-0 Nightmare. They have a lot of confidence playing what they like to play. Finally, a fucking Ilios, man.
At this moment in time,
we've been on Oasis all damn day. 3-1 TL. Well, luckily it's a best of 7 Ace Leisure.
They love going to Ilios. They love playing the Wrecking Ball. They love playing things like Winston. We've even seen ball banned out against infected in matches
I don't
before.
know.
So,
As
like,
long as Lethal doesn't go
this seems
45 and
almost
41, it should be good.
And a map like Ilios as well, Avril, it's like
Yeah, that element
need
Mystic
the
Banner
Lucio
is dope.
at all. You can have that brick backline with Akiri, with an Ana. Like you can play a little bit slower with the Wrecking Ball. It's not like an all-in pure focus dive comp. Like you're pretty chill with that. And I think this ball as well, or with this Lucio ban, sorry, is going to stop teams from running down a backline while the ball is off doing his own little shenanigans. Before we get into the match, though, don't forget, Season 17 is live right now. Before we get into this first map, we'll jump to a quick trailer. Just give the players another couple of minutes.
Oh my god, dude. Let's jump to the trailer to give the players a couple minutes. Fuck off, man. God, link me stuff. Link me the worst TikTok you can find. You know what? Because Blizzard wants to make us watch some bullshit, we're watching my TikTok for you page the rest of the day.
Menu for
Oh, that was actually kind of crazy. What the fuck? He missed. This looks fun. Oh! He went for the back-to-back. What is that, bro? Why would he throw it? 2 minutes? We're stalling Samuel.
It's round 2 today.
Round 2.
I want Mike to fuck my sandwich. Hi, Bass.
Back for round 2. Let me get a number 13.
13 white wheat or rosemary bread.
Let's get white.
White?
Yep.
Is it regular size?
Yeah. Actually, let me get a giant size. Yeah, and then yeah, you can tell the Chippendales that they can go home for the night. Magic Mike's got it from here.
I heard that one. You heard that one, Jay?
You know, maybe it's not.
Life is hard.
Damn, motherfuckers in this bitch eating chicken. Damn, fool.
What?
You know something? I am sick and tired of you people with that friggin' picture with the family portraits, and I'm removing it right now.
What?
With
This house is nice.
Whoever the hell you call him, he's out. You know something?
What? I For You page is so ass, bro. What the fuck is happening?
Under the blanket.
How you doing?
Good. Are you guys handsome?
I am. But you have a seat
No
over here.
way.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, get your hands
Why
out of
would
your
I have
pockets.
a bad feeling about this?
Huh. Go ahead, sit down right over
Am I
there.
going to jail?
Well, I'm going to talk to you first. Take your hands out, will you?
I'm gonna send it in.
Spin around.
Yeah, no problem.
What's your name?
Wait, Chris Anson's getting old.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
And why are you here, Chris?
Well, I was looking for a prostitute, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then I just keep refreshing the page all day, and then I seen the mom, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll message her.
Right.
Is this
And then
real?
She messaged me back, and she's like, my daughter, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
That's weird.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So there was a mom offering
Yeah,
her
yeah.
daughter for sex online.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, too.
And how old was the daughter?
She's at 15.
15.
Yeah, that's why, like, I didn't even want to come.
You didn't?
No,
Why not?
because it's illegal.
Right.
Is this W excuse?
I got a family at home. I got a 4-year-old boy. I got a girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the breadwinner.
You're
Like
the breadwinner. What do you do for a living?
carpenter.
Carpenter.
Yeah, I'm doing siding and windows over in Swartz Creek.
I used to have hoop dreams.
Man, I'm so hungry I could eat a bunch.
I'm so hungry I could eat a bunch of chatters right
It's
now.
First to 4.
Ilios going to be map number 1, and I looked at the history so far in playoffs. Ilios got played one time, one Busan. The rest have all been Oasis, but specifically for Team Liquid, Their 5 previous open control maps have all been Oasis. Fun fact for you, the last time that Team Liquid actually played Owcs in an official was in that week 4 match versus GK.
We're going right to it as well. You got to think Infected playing ball, and GK are going to know that too. Like, I think the only issue, and I guess the question for me would be this Sombra play from My Moan. It seems like it's just a shoe-in, really.
Yeah, and that week 4 game was actually
start the game, bro.
Sombra with the Tracer on My Moan. So, you know,
BL banned Lucio, which makes sense. GK banned Freya, which makes sense. Liquid still plays a lot of Freya, but Tree's Cast has been playing great.
Entirely sure on. We have kind of different
OMG, clarity, OMG.
bans coming in as well, because Lucio Kiriko was widely featured in that week 4 game. This time around, no Lucio, which to me, it just kind of, it really does say that potential for Brig and
You're
Ana
so
should
back. What
still
are we
be
back
on.
about?
I'm not too sure where Brig and Ana currently stand in the Season 17 meta. We saw that one Ana in our previous matchup, but it was with the Juno, so I'm not entirely sure if that's really how you want to be playing it. And we haven't seen any Brig. I can't really remember seeing too much Brig so far in this current week of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
God, any of you guys watch Call of Duty, like
is
the
a
Pro
good map
League?
still for the Brig and the Ana, and to be fair, like even well isn't too bad. Like, you can play cage side or you can play like main, and you just kind of chill by the little mini. It feels a little bit better playing the Kiriko though on a map like that, because when you do get dove, like, okay, you are fighting in that choke forever. You are fighting in the in cage as well on the left hand or the right hand side. We'll have to wait and see. Double flex obviously is always going to be on the table, and it's going to have to be now, considering Lucio being banned away.
No, it's at $60 at Chili's. What food is even at Chili's,
He's
bro?
going to bring out the wrecking ball. You already know it. But the better stages for the ball of Ruins and Lighthouse. Like, when it comes to, well, it's like okay, but not nearly as potent as it is on the other 2 stages.
So 2-1 win for Liquid as well back in week 4 in that opening match with GK and Team Liquid. So we'll see how our compositions look once we actually get into map. This is map 1 of Grand Finals, Jaws in North America, Team Liquid and GK.
Yep, a rematch from that upper bracket.
All right, here we go, bro.
To Team Liquid. The only map.
All right, John, wake the fuck up. Type 1 to come instantly. Let's go.
King's Row, and a very close one at that. Control. Oasis.
You guys want a cookie?
Circuit Royale game.
Raise your hand if you want a cookie. I have one.
And they looked honestly like in new form. This is a team that everybody expected to be at the top, but it was Nightmare and DK that were just head and shoulders.
All right, we got Winston Mirrors here, chat. Holy shit, might be something crazy.
They are the top dogs. Take down GK again, who went lossless in the regular season. They went 7-0 with only losing 4 maps. Gates are going to open. Looks like Infected at the moment, locking the Winston.
Both Winstons look to be locked. It's Brig Ana on one side, GK.
Brig Ana versus Curiana.
It's gonna be Ana for RuPaul.
Zero gonna go Tracer. Maybe on Tracer. Farah versus Cass. All right. Tree using that flexibility of his, not only needing to play hit scan, can play the Farah.
It's falling out of favor in Korea as well, outside of a couple of players.
And he's got the poor skin.
So I'm keeping in mind too, like, that's a lot of healing from RuPaul and Vega. Aberrant, of course, will be packing people every now and then.
Look, it's Vega.
But no, like, defensive countermeasure for Team Liquid. They've already lost Vega to a nade, stopping that Swift Step from coming in. That's going to be a cap. Very cleanly done by GK.
More defensive composition with the Brig and the Cast in play. It's just harder for Infected and Zero to get value. But a hard hit scan from Lethal as well. Not super long range like a Sojin or maybe even a Freya, but enough.
I'm just glad that GK's not playing that dumbass Malga comp they were playing.
You really want to see a lot more damage out of the far early.
Pretty missing a little bit.
6% leaves you wanting.
Leaves you
Right,
wanting.
just died in bubble there. Didn't receive the support required.
So dead.
From Abril and UV.
Good dive from Liquid there. Good dive. Really good dive. You can tell Liquid has good comms right now. All went on the Brig at the exact same time. Great comms. You can literally tell. You can see all of them go to the same player. I wonder if Tree's gonna swap here or stay the Farah. Gonna stay.
Ultimate on board is going to
Probably gonna try to play either top left or play on the windmill.
Quite a fair bit ahead of Ultraviolet as well.
Nano boost for Infected ready. Shy Away's 1 gifted, my man. Thank you, brother.
Just waiting for Cuffer, making sure you're keeping track of where the Winston is. It's going to be very
Nano
important
onto
for
tree,
this backline
actually.
Of Team Liquid.
Gets lethal early. They dive the brig.
On to the far though. Little one tap on to lethal. That's going to be a complete reset.
Man, I love all the casters, chat. I think everybody deserves love and everybody deserves everything. But bro, Uber, I could listen to Uber all day, bro.
Instantly shut down by RuPaul. There's a trade though.
Uber's like oil to my ears.
Chasing Ultraviolet, 95 on the primal. Yep, so Cover can't stay alive in the backline, extending the lead for Team Liquid, who, although have lost RuPaul, has still got Vega on the point with the ult.
Makes every game feel so much more intense,
Instant trades
dude.
coming on in. You talked about GK wanting to play maybe a little bit more patiently. We're gonna see that quick nano. Not too sure what lethal was.
I don't know, bro.
Ideally
Voice.
not trailing behind by too much and Mystic. In fact, it's gonna go for the primal anyway.
Yeah, Mymone spotting RuPaul there, but RuPaul way too
Right.
high up for Mymone to be effective. Primal Rage is going to end in just a moment. Is Infected still in this fight, by the way. Lethal just drops down from the heavens, hits the nade, hits the right click. Easy clap. Infected down, and there's the flip. GK now in control, and they save their own Primal Rage. And most importantly here as well, this rally.
Alright.
Rush didn't get used that last fight, Tree, so waiting for opportunity to get this.
Come again, aggressive in their spawn. I lethal high noons it.
I was gonna say,
Oh, this is aggro.
you know, quick pop off on a support or Cuffer would be pretty nasty. Have to be careful about bubble placement, have to be careful about sleep dart as well. But otherwise, there's not that much to stop the barrage. You would imagine that Tree can find an angle here.
I like Uber more than anybody. Bren, Sideshow, your mom, I don't care, bro. I always had Uber. I don't really even care who his duo is. I think Mr. X is like the perfect duo for him, but he's the best paid. Even other esports too. I'm glazing. I don't care. He's the best play-by-play caster of all time.
Have a slight advantage,
I don't give a fuck.
Will have this response in just short order.
I don't care.
Barrage.
On the Pharaoh, Rally's gonna get popped by Avril, but Tree is hunting for the brick, but can't get a good angle to use the barrage. RuPaul doesn't have
Broke me silly, bro. He's the GOAT.
And Avril staying alive here, generating that overhead.
I'm from
but also,
Cuffa.
more importantly, armor for himself is gonna keep him in the fight. Unfortunately for Ultraviolet, though, goes down to a kunai. Is now Cuffa trying to stall at this point to 99. Team Liquid doing it, find the flip. Barrage connects with Cuffa.
Oh shit.
And now Geek losing Ultraviolet and using
Fury
the
available
ability
for
to use
Vega here. Nano for UV2. Are we gonna Nano Winston here or maybe Nano the Tracer?
It's GK. Gonna be forced
What are
out.
you,
97%.
Alcazia?
It's the kill to Ultraviolet that I think was the impactful one. No Nano to save GK in the fight. Team Liquid. Strong position.
Oh, Zero, what a pulse onto the Ana early. No Nano available for GK now.
Evaporates from the map. Ultraviolet down, rush from Vega. He's held on this one, this entire round pretty much.
I trigger for him.
Rush to rule them all as G can now struggle to keep themselves alive. It's only April available for heals.
Zero gets
getting taken down. Ultraviolet will be back in just a moment, but might not even be able to use the Nano to be very honest here.
TM did okay.
Again to re-trigger OT. Cuffer does get nanoed eventually, but there's 5 players from Liquid looking his way.
Good round.
And he's got no
Good round from both
to back
teams.
him up. UV going down 2 fights in a row with Nano seals the deal for Team Liquid on round 1.
And we just confirmed the result. The Nano being played into Cuff in the last moments. There is no double Nano online. Not high enough level yet in just a single round of Ilios. So no major perk. And unfortunately for Ultraviolet, going down at a critical
You're at 12 and 1,
moment,
playing
2 critical
great.
moments back to
Like the
back.
9 and 1.
No Nanos being played.
Lethal
in.
2 and 4.
The fact that
I
Zero's
think that
able to
Liquid
just
might just
breathe
have
in
Lethal's number,
against
bro.
the cast,
Lethal
against the
Lethal
break.
plays
Really
like
utility
he's
that
the
can
best
play
hit
through
scan in the world
from the
against
Ana.
Nightmare and other team, but
And
once he plays
land
against
that
Liquid,
sick.
he drops his
Ask for
spaghetti
something
all
better
over the
than
place,
Zero
bro. It's
in
a
that
mess all over the
particular Zero.
restaurant.
Such a difference maker playing against his old team. GK feeling the difference of Zero being on Team Liquid, as he was the one to close the lid on that round.
There are players in this lobby that will be back-to-back champs as well in North America, whether that's Zera or Lethal, Cuffer, Admiral, and UV. Team Liquid want that #1 placing.
DK playing the comp that they know how to play. Are you gonna swap off the pair and go Hanzo?
Okay, did not expect this.
This is not
Hanzo
King's
on.
Row, brother. Well, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting. I'm just gonna say this. I've seen T1 Proud play on this map on a Hanzo, and it did not look good. To be honest, though, maybe Proud just had an off day. Maybe Tree can show us something massive with those logs. But this is not a map like King's Row where you can find.
I was GK had a better
angles.
team name.
The Valley on the Dragon Strike.
They should have been Dennis
I
and
mean, I guess
Burgers.
it's a decent spot to use Dragon Strike on the point. Go on, go for it again. Tree's trying to bait UV to jump in. It's not happening though. Ooh, get owned. All right, quick flip for Team Liquid.
Maybe they believe the Hanzo Kiri is a lot of spam for Covenant out to deal with. Lethal hops over to the Sombra. Not a big fan of Lethal Sombra at all.
Look at this backline though, GK. Happy to lock in the Beaver comp straight away. However, I have said on control maps, if you are up against dive, could be tricky. You have Winston, you have Tracer. If Admiral and Ultraviolet get caught at any point by divers, it's very hard to stay alive in these situations. Vega though, low HP.
Oh, nice virus connection there from Sarah from cross map. Just end up picking up the mini, so chill for the time being. And the virus connecting with Vega, but no initial kills, no follow-up there.
Yeah, both these teams are
Lethal
coaches.
is tagging people down to about half HP. My moan going pretty low, but same could be said for Infected. Might be able to get out of this one too. Yes, somehow. Gets out with what, like sub 50 HP? Gets the nano back in and destroys the lamp. This is a tough spot for GK to be in. Admiral UV have gone to the Beaver backline, the Bat Lifeweaver. Oh, the
Beaver backline.
No presence on the point.
Map Lifeweaver Beaver, bro. That's great. Oh!
Wait. Do you hear me? Invis? Invis?
I gotta pull that up.
Holy tree, sending out logs.
I gotta pull that up.
Down, check him PC.
Picking
What a
PC.
shot to come on through. Delivering on the Hanzo. Now it's time for the window. Tree on point as well, I believe.
Yep. I believe that Dragon Strike's going to do damage to that tree as well. Worth keeping in mind. Does damage to deployables.
Free owning on the Hanzo right now.
My moan ends up getting logged by Tree. Okay. Actually caught. I didn't realize Tree, you know, playing the Hanzo would be this effective.
Oh my god.
This map of all things.
Holy shit, look at
Get
this.
out of here, Lethal. EMP available, Avril, but this is final five for Team Liquid.
They haven't really
Holy shit, look at this.
Tree, so maybe this is working out just given the fact
Oh
that
my
GK
god. He headshot him.
Shut him down. He is actually hitting shots, including to Invis players, but 2% left. Oh, okay. I think he touched.
Okay.
That's why I keep telling everybody, chat. I miss when Tree would be a flex DPS. Everybody keeps telling me, he's a hit scan player, bro. When he was flex, he was disgusting.
Second reveals the Sombra. As soon as that reveal thing shows up, hey, I have the EMP. They know where I am. EMP gets a couple of people, but they don't get the touch.
It just depends, Yofo. There's no rules. Whatever team, if your tank player likes to calm, your tank player calms. If not, they don't.
In that recon off towards the end. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, PG or you have the cheese touch. Every team you like is awful, bro.
That shot. The Tree shot onto Lethal. He was mid-air.
SSG, GK, Drake. You're 0 for 3 this year.
Reminds me of this is going to be a throwback. 2021. It was one of the Hawaii games where this was after Leave got his MVP. Leave on Hanzo on the same map, Lighthouse, got an invisible shot.
That new Preds are up.
To Birdring, who EMPs at the same time. Birdring, EMPs, Leave instantly got a headshot at him, like the same frame, cancel the EMP, and basically killed an Invis Sombra with EMP. Was incredible. So it does remind me a little bit about that.
It's a throwback.
Yeah, it's a throwback. I got the archive stored in my brain.
Damn. 17-1, 14-1.
Old years.
0 and Tree, owning, dominating. Infected 16-1.
Even the Hanzo working out.
Liquid looking amazing right now.
We see it early. We expect it potentially on the King's Row, but to see it this early on on Elios even, it's just like, holy, this is actually Team Liquid having some real impact in the server. The fact that you bring up the Dragon Strike breaking Tree as well is a really good interaction that does actually kind of cost the Lifeweaver backline a little bit. The Prince is just basically dead even.
Yeah, 51-49. I think everybody's pretty impressed with how Liquid handled GK yesterday in that 3-1. That upper bracket match. It was a 2-0 two-team Liquid on Oasis, so Control kind of going similar directions here. Circuit Royale was the next pick for GK, and it's actually going to be King's Row. Okay. They're not going to ban Hanzo, surely. Surely they won't ban the Hanzo here.
If you ban the Hanzo, you leave your backline open to banning in response. So
we're on King's Row now.
You have to prioritize the backline.
Yeah, do you ban Hanzo here?
Probably again the Lucio, something like that, or even a Kiriko. You just want to kind of deny that composition in general, and then the response will probably be the hazard ban. This is why I stated in our previous series in that lower final banning the hazard map 1
That
removes the capability of having this response further in the series, which is why Liquid are not going to ban a hazard map 1. They're going to save it so that when GK go to a King's Row or a circuit, and inevitably the life of your backline is going to be protected, you then respond with a hazard ban.
Well, last time Team Liquid played this and picked this, GK picked it, and then GK won it. They banned Kiriko first and the Hazard second, but like you said, Hazard off the table. Let's have a look. It's going to be the same thing. Okay, so GK once again banning that Kiri. Team Liquid banning Hazard. So 2 Hazard bans, which means it can't be banned. Oh, sorry. Lucio Freire.
Hanzo's only being played for some games.
Different series. Because you're talking about banning Hazard so much. But anyway, GK banning
good Hazard ban.
Same strat here. Going to King's Row, banning Kiri, and then a Hazard ban for TL.
Good Hazard ban.
No bait, no.
Notice how Liquid doesn't waste their Hazard ban on King of the Hill. Just noticing it. I said Nightmare shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying.
Sort of mentioned that Dragon Strike does have that interaction that can destroy deployables, which is going to be very useful into both lamp and also the trigger life. So I don't know if that's like the actual counter. This is a good map for the Hanzo anyway. So even if you're not up against the BAP Life Weaver combo, this is still.
Yeah, should I open $1,000 worth of cases?
The Kiriko ban, as that we saw yesterday, now that we see today, does mean that there's a potential Lucio is going to be in play. GK wants to make sure that if they step away from this Beaver backline, they can also then play the Lucio, because both teams kind of want to play the Lucio here. Lucio being banned away causes some weird stuff to happen. We saw in that last series of
modern King Joe strategy. Depends. Hazard's really strong right now.
Get a little bit creative.
If you're asking me what everyone should do,
you can just
play Symmetra.
Down like, hey, we can't play this backline. That's fine. We'll just pivot to something else. Here we go. Map number 2, King's Row. Team Liquid off to a hot start. Community Preds being about 51% for Team Liquid, 49 for GK.
Daytime King's
Row,
Row, bruh.
We're going to see some Hanzo.
OMG, bruh.
Lifeweaver, Baptiste as well. I wonder what other regions are going to think of this if this kind of backline just continues through to the mid-season. I'm curious how people end up in different regions kind of responding to it.
Well, in my opinion, Ball is one of the counters. Ball, Sombra, heavy dive, shutting down that backline, able to access them, because the Lifeweaver back can just get onto these high grounds, super annoying to find that they can bail each other out, but hacks will interrupt that. Ball's ability to chase is extremely huge, so once you go up internationally against strong dive teams, T1, Crazy Raccoon, especially when Jumbin is there, Dongak is there, the 2 best ball players in the world, could be a struggle to run the Beaver backline. But right now, unless Infected, not this map, you wouldn't want to see the Ball on this map, but Infected is probably the one player in NA that has the best capability of kind of replicating what some of the Korean teams will be able to do against you. However, the reason why you're not going to see you on every single map is for that reason.
Yeah, I'm ending Preds in 10 seconds. Do Preds.
Zera on May. Tree on Hanzo. Defense. Vega on the Alari.
All right.
Okay, now this is a comp, and yeah. GK
a lot of money in the pot here. Ending Preds 5 seconds. Tree, Hanzo, Zera, May. Fabi, Lari, Vega playing a lot of flex support today. Like almost no Brig, almost no Lucio. Team Liquid seeming. Oh!
All right, well, logged.
Yep.
You've got to deal
Tree seemingly double downing, or not Tree, Liquid double downing on the fact that they don't want to play much main support right now. But I think it's fine.
Real easy access to high ground. Make sure you got pedal, but that's not what we're really talking about, because you don't have the Hazard. This is why Hazard would be so good in situation, which is why it's a perfect ban. On the backline, though, my
Maimon lagging.
He will be so useful.
What is this audio? Hello?
Like, this is so difficult because Tree can just 180 and then tag Maimon, and Maimon, you're going to be fearful of getting logged by the hand. So even a body shot and then a headshot from the Alari. Lethal's the one.
Oh my god.
Down Vega in the choke point. A nice little headshot there on the Storm Arrows from Tree, but doesn't initially get a kill.
Ugh, Zera. Go Tracer, bruh.
No, call an ambulance, but not for me. Zera gets headshot. That railgun from Lethal, not fully charged, but it will do.
On ambulance, but not for me.
Storm Arrows, though, still looking good. You won't win the point off this one. Tree is
oh my god.
Down. You would imagine he's getting healed up right now and actually safe. I lied. He's up.
Tree's scaring me.
Just refuses to die.
W skin, too.
To rejoin the rest of the team ASAP.
You low-key would have glazed that. That was Uber. I would not have.
Recalls pretty early. Misses the pulse bomb. Tree almost logs him in this head. And actually, Maimon taking a body shot there. A tick and a little bit here for GK, at least for now. But dislodging Infected's going to be so difficult. And the Blizzard, Dragon Strike, so much coming up soon.
Yeah, a lot on the GK side as well. Look at this. Annihilation. OC. We've really seen Lethal pop off. Now's the opportunity. Big damage potentially coming through now.
They're going to try and make this fight
Dude,
cheap.
Liquid plays the Orisa so much differently than other teams do.
To actually get on here now if your team Liquid infected, dash into the back line. Terror
And it's
surging.
still ass.
Violet's found himself in a 1v1. Make that a 1v2, but on the point, the Blizzard is going to help secure the kill onto cover, denying him the use of
Oh my god, what do you do when Tree is on the high ground logging you, bro? Lethal wastes the Sojo, Tree's killing everybody.
I don't think he's died yet.
Oh my goodness.
And now the late death onto Admiral. You got to appreciate the fact that the zero
Lethal
man
goes
has
Widow.
found value here as well. Blizzard
Trying to
on
get
point
anything
to
done.
essentially counteract the Tree. Yeah, you want to get some Tree healing, too bad. You're going to get frozen up instead. And then the wall to block out line of sight once the OC comes through. Really
Oh my
brutal
god, he's
stuff.
not
Lethal got
missing.
so
He is
focused
not
with
missing.
the gas out to try and put some more
Yeah, what
pressure
is
onto
Tree's
Orisa.
sensitivity?
Vega
DPI,
got
I need everything.
a couple fights now, but he's
Stat.
onto Lucio. Already has a beat
ASAP.
He's just an absolute monster, man. Yeah, okay, Ravenous Vortex is going to help for sure. He's got the backup of RuPaul in that window as these logs are going to hurt even more if RuPaul uses the ult. Lethal is going to have a good firing line here onto the point, but now this window it's a danger zone. Remember GK to step on the point. Sound barrier from Vega, yep. There's an annihilation on the point for cover. It's going to tick for quite a considerable amount of time, considering Infect is there trying to hold down the fort. 2 ticks on board now for GK and eventually taken out. And Tree at the very end here.
He's probably gonna swap here now. Maybe he stays for the dragon, but I bet he's probably gonna go cast. I think Infected should also go Ramatra here, but I think Infected this is more comfortable on the Orisa.
Down here, so see what he's able to do. Staying alive for so long. Dragon Strike ready to go. It just comes down to Annihilation, pushing on in, lasting forever, like you say, with Infected there receiving all of it. And now potentially blocking Kafara, but not enough damage to it to kill him.
Yeah, this shield, so he's pretty chill. All good. Obviously, the BAP's very good into that as well. You just kind of jump over if you really need to. High noon through the window. Dragon Strike in response. Okay, that's one way to send a message.
One of the counters to window, obviously. Hard to play through the window when the Dragon Strike is there, but also at the same time, Liquid just disengage. Did I not finding value either from Lethal?
Tree on the point. Uh-oh. Hard to fight into. Tree is taking down this line.
You also miss people like Striker on Tracer. I miss the Tracer specialists who were god on this hero. No, not really. I mean, Strikers. There is better players right now than Striker ever was. Bro, I don't know. Not really. No.
It's all falling apart for Team Liquid on the streets phase.
Hey, bro, fucking main mode is probably better than Striker on Tracer now. I mean, I get what you mean, like comparable to that era, but. I mean, bro, just go watch Stalker for like 30 seconds and you'll see something better than Striker did his whole career.
He'll probably go back, actually. There might just be a TP to help his teammates move forward as Team Liquid now wanting to go for this retake. And is he going to touch in time? Barely, 0.57 meters.
Probably not, but at peak, I don't think so. Nah, I think so. I don't think Striker is that good.
Ready for bait.
I mean, he was, in his era, he was the best Tracer, but... Nah, there's no Tracer player that's ever been better than Stalker right now or Proper, bro. There's no hitscan player that's ever been better than Lib. There's no...
But his overhealth isn't going to last for too much longer.
Now they got perks and health buffs. They don't have to play against 49 different stuns. There's the same amount of stuns now than there was back then. Come on, bro. The times are now old, man. I'm probably older than you and played in that era, and I disagree with you, bro. I lost like 3 Overwatch League games as Striker. Get with the times, old man.
Trying to get that recontest.
Come on, bro.
Despite being one down. Lethal swapping over to
Stalker would make Striker look like he had motor function issues, man.
Sometimes we go backs against the wall on the C point. Lack of capability to get flanked. The Zen can be pretty safe. See if the healing is coming enough. Certainly the damage is what we're looking for out of Vega, though.
Although Striker was losing to Profit on Tracer anyways.
With Trees taking the perk where if you use the Sonic Vanera health pack, it does get hacked for a brief moment in time. So really,
I thought he was falling off the map
on the sidelines with this Mega. So Imo's gonna have a tough job kind of dealing with it. Although Vega's dead too, lethal.
Listen,
One of the easiest
don't-
people to take out in that Zen, but Tree
Nah,
delivers
Prophet
him
was
a
good,
lot
but that's
to
my
the
point though. Is like,
Here
I
comes
mean,
a
I don't
Tree
know.
being
I
deployed
think
by
that
Apple.
Overwatch esports isn't as fun as it used to be, just because it's not as popular and as hype. But the individual players are better now than ever. Like, if you enjoy watching good gameplay, just watch POV.
Now RuPaul on the high ground with the window deploys the lamp for himself,
Like-
and it's just an overwhelming amount of damage. A barrage of arrows blotting out the sun as GK try to approach this final corner, and they're unable to do so. 50 seconds.
Bro, let's watch zero POV for literally like a minute, and I guarantee this is better than Striker's entire career so far. Like, I'm not saying Striker was bad. It's just the ceiling has gone up. Yeah, watch. I'm gonna spectate him for a second, chat. And he's gonna fall off the map 6 times in a row.
I can tell to Vega to do. Now the long-range Freya battles will start to begin, but we're looking towards annihilation. Vega does not have a transcendence yet.
Oh, spotted Vega.
That has to be recency bias though? No, it's not. It's just how it, bro. Bro, Striker was playing against Zen Lucio comps. No, Striker never had to play against Bat Brig or Lightweaver ever. So Striker was playing against Lucio Zen. It's not recency bias. Bro, I was in the Overwatch League when Striker was pro. If that doesn't prove that they weren't really that good back then, it doesn't mean any, like, bro, the players that, are you seeing this? Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, it was a plumber era. It was, bro. Bro, Striker was playing against me, bro.
3x for GK. They've got a tree, they've got annihilation. They have
It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is.
Deployed on the point, Transcendence coming through for Vega. Deployed on the point, Transcendence coming through for Vega. To get the final touch, but it's going to be
Oh, there's like 8
a
voices.
couple of seconds, and he's going to be pretty dead. Although saying that, the lamp comes out in the end. Terror Surge does end up connecting with it. Eventually, Vega is brought down, and this annihilation, it's just too
Yeah,
much
3-0, Vladdy.
damage for RuPaul to heal
I'm
up
Larry
the rest of
Bird.
his squad. It's going to be an overtime finish for GK at the very most. But Team Liquid, they made a good go of it. And an overtime finish is a real nice one on King's Row. We know how long these can get. And if Team Liquid finish with over a minute, they're going to be in good stead to pick up another map. But what a push there from GK, surviving against the Hanzo at the very end.
Just brutal overtime.
Striker's cream, but he's better.
I
I think Striker's prime was probably like as close to 0 maybe, but I'm talking about like, he said, don't you miss players who used to be god on this hero? Like, we have no more good Tracer players, bro. Like, they're gone.
Terror Surge coming through from infected to at least
Bro,
one
if
kill,
you watch
lot
30
damage
seconds
to
of
follow
Stalker, I
through.
promise you, you'll be
Anything
fine.
else done there, Team Liquid just, again, overtime is where
Nah,
they
I disagree,
capped out
Pulaski.
in, which when we refer back to yesterday's
I agree with you.
bracket final game, GK capped out Kings Row in OT. So a little bit of history.
Bro, you
repeating
say
itself here.
a
And
single
as a reminder,
headshot from
GK also
70% of the
did win
roster
this
would
map as well.
one-tap Tracer back then. They never played against Sojourn. Have you seen a Tracer player try to peek a Sojourn now? Bro, you can't even fight anybody on Tracer. Bro, your reasoning proves me correctly. Bro, you can't even do anything against a Kriko. You can't do anything. It's way harder to play Tracer now than ever, dude. It does not matter, I swear, bro. I'm telling you.
Ramp's probably gonna be statue. You can clear ramp.
You could also go on a Vega.
You don't know. Yeah. You got Mercy too.
That's also true. It's easier to kill Tracer now because all of the bullets are bigger. So Striker played in the era where you couldn't even shoot Tracers.
Yeah, I'm playing right.
Alright, I can push right here.
No, the absence of off tank makes Tracer harder to play because you literally just stand there and shoot tank 100,000 HP hero. Off tank allowed Tracer to do more because Diva Winston would dive the back line. How can you focus the Tracer when Diva Winston are in your ass? There's literally less heroes on the map right now, so it's easier to focus a Tracer.
They're in bottom left, our man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, bro. Yeah, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm healing you,
What's up, Josiah? How you doing, my man?
Really need pocket.
Yeah, I'm pocket monster.
Should I ramp?
River.
I'm taking more enemy talk.
No, not that Striker was ever bad. Striker was the if we're comparing Tracer of that era, I do think Striker was the best. I think he was better than SBB. I think he was better than Sinatra. I think he was better than Prophet. But your original point was I miss when people were this good at this hero. There are, bro. There are.
Bad on the low ground, although Spot's tree actually just clambered down to his level. As if getting gripped away
SBB was so ass, bro.
Ultraviolet and Vega do end up trading as Lethal goes extremely low, slides
True,
way
that
up
sucks, true.
a staircase to get that miniature health back. But Team Liquid still, reinforcements are going to come in just a moment, but they've lost their positioning.
And a late death on Lethal as well. UV is still making his
Like,
way
bro,
back.
look at this, bro. We see what we're seeing.
For a time being, my moan has to be careful of his own.
I meant NA.
His Team Liquid
Bro, why would you say I miss Tracers this good as Striker and then only mean NA? He's Korean. That's not even fair.
Vega ends up going down. It's not looking good for Team Liquid right now. GK managed to push off.
Now we're moving the goalpost.
Wrap around to get rid of the BAP, who is in
SCB with Sabiobi. Mary Jane, my man. Thank you for the 54 months. I really appreciate it. He only played in NA. Everyone only played in NA. It was Overwatch League. What are you talking about?
Annihilation was meant just for him. It was postmarked just for Tree. There should be enough ults for GK to win this fight.
It's a lot. It's 3 ultimates at the end of the day. 3 alive to start things out, and then Annihilation plus OC to finish the fight with 130 left to go. Team Liquid.
We had an APAC. That was Apex, and he did play in Apex, and he was pretty good.
And didn't have enough time to finish the map, which is why they lost King's Row. You have so many ults on board for Team Liquid. You have to imagine this should be enough.
It should be basic.
Thank you so much, Mary Jane. 54 months. Holy shit, dude.
Window, 4 ults on the board. Window's gonna get
let me see. Striker compared to NA Tracers now.
Quicker than Team Liquid right
in
now.
his prime.
Nice little grip there, saves Lethal, but still ends up going down as Zera.
I think Sugar Free would beat the fuck out of Striker in his prime right now.
Seconds to go.
I'll stand by that.
The Dragon Strike will be it. Okay, Team Liquid.
I think I'm so serious.
Of how GK ended up doing on their attack. Very close, scrappy fight.
I think Sugar Free would put that motherfucker in the washing machine.
Here, but that got really tight for Team Liquid.
Yeah,
Tree going down
too.
early. The reason why that's so impactful is not just because it's Tree on Hanzo, but more importantly, okay, let's take a look at this shot.
Oh my goodness! Like you're telling me Striker ever played against someone like that? No, bro. No. He didn't. He didn't.
Infector is not able to get close enough to sort of break past Window and Terror Surge. But he still wins today. Infect and Zero combined took down that backline eventually. Allows them to cap.
Zero forced to recall pretty early, but so is my moan. So both Tracers playing.
Wait, what are you talking about, Velasquez? APAC had Chengdu, Hangzhou, Seoul, Shanghai, Philly. But if you're talking about Striker in his prime, that was Season 1 before APAC ever existed. By the time we went to APAC, Striker wasn't even a player.
Okay, Lethal did not even see Zera. Saw the pulse bomb. Zera blinked in, blinked out, got a kill onto Lethal. Ends up going
that didn't make sense.
Trade, and here's the tree. The emergency tree.
No, Prime Striker was when Boston had a flawless stage. Now I'm arguing your side for you. I'm arguing myself and winning now.
It is easy pickings for Team Liquid.
Tree gain over time is going to be there, but not quickly enough to stop Infected. A quick Terror Surge, by the way. Lamp broken fast by the rest.
Striker was at his best whenever he was playing for Shock. Nah. I got Boston Striker better than Shock Striker.
The timing is going to be super important here. They're both out timing Ultraviolet.
Lethal could maybe step up here, but they need to clear this high ground, and that's going to be really hard against the BAP and the Hanzo. Maybe my moan can be that difference. He's found. Oh, the flick's good, but the lamp is better. Saving Tree's life. That annihilation isn't going to affect them up on this high ground. Cupper's trying to jump and actually try and punch them in the sky, but now he's below them. That annihilation looks so sad from Cupper. He's now cowering in a corner, and this Dragon Strike will probably be the end of him as well. A window deployed in the choke point, but no one can make good use of it now as the Dragon Strike.
Oh, I can't believe we're sticking on this Hanzo the whole game. Makes me happy.
Might be on the high ground, but the rest of his comrades 10 feet under as Team Liquid cap the second point.
You see that with Lethal going to Freya, he already knows we're going to see B is likely over. Also, don't need to cast anymore into the Ram, considering there's no Orisa on board for Team Liquid. Tree's going to respond. Same battle that we saw last time. Good news for Team Liquid today compared to yesterday's Kings Row is they have 30 extra seconds. Yesterday, only the 130 capping B and OT. Small, tiny bit extra.
By the way, the championship finals fucking meta was Roadhog, Sigma, Widow, Hanzo, Ana, Mercy, and we're talking about Striker's Tracer in that year.
To stay alive now. This sim is just so easy to charge up. My moan, we spoke about it earlier. Just being able to jump onto this pocket pick and a full right click owns Vega.
In 2020, I'm taking Shax over Striker. Sue me!
I'll tell you what, GK, you mentioned this one. They struggled to find any high ground
capability. I'm just saying, Valiant beat Shock 3-2 in the mid-season championship. Shax versus Striker. Look up the video. Shax was good. I know he was. My god. Nah, 2020 wasn't good. The end of 2020, or no, 2020 was Ash Tracer, Ash Genji, like Orisa.
Four-man sound barrier there for Team Liquid to keep them in the fight. A Nemesis form and then the Annihilation full cover on the point is infected. Just rolls over Ultraviolet and Abral. My moan went for a TP play into the backline, split the team up. And then Infected kind of ate them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Infected ate him up, left no crumbs.
Look at the correct respawn together. Importantly, GK, they know they lost the fight. Save your ultimates, but what they get? What they get?
Striker was playing against Taimu and Chip Station, bro.
Doesn't do enough damage. Needs a bit of setup here for GK. One final fight, and they have so much to do.
TPP, a bowler shot onto the high ground, but they still need to touch. Rupal does end up going down as Tree switches points. Just basically, it's playing in the spawn
I want
right
GK
now
to make this a good game.
But his wall is just too
nice.
strong. It's just too powerful.
Nice. 1-1, baby.
Looking infallible with this sim. The high ground was a problem, but not when you got a TP. As Team Liquid end up falling over on Kings Row as GK tie the series.
No deferred bans.
What's your Brad? I said 4-2 Liquid probably, but
straight away onto one of their strong maps of Kings Row, where they won yesterday. They will win again in the same fashion as well, mind you. Another 3-2. They complete the map in OT, and they're just shy of capping in their own overtime. Team Liquid.
Some guy. I'm a Saya player
mentioned
too.
it in the last fight, because there was enough time to reset. They baited all these large ultimates out of Team Liquid, and they banked their own huge ultimates. And that giant ult advantage with the wall.
I'm just saying, dude, there's a reason that those players don't play anymore. If they could, they actually maybe they wouldn't. But
in like most fights, if the enemy also doesn't have like a
I don't know, dude. Lip was good back then, and he's good now. Shu was good back then, and he's good now. Like
the sim walls, we wall as well. We wall in a different direction, or maybe the same direction, where we also can't really get damaged, and it's a bit of a stalemate in the fight. But when there's only one sim, you can't deal with that. And then both Abral and UV had ults as well. Like you said, that ult stacking.
That is true. I heard that Striker was getting into fist fights. He might have been Dennis Rodman. Preds are up, chat.
Was also nasty. But history is kind of repeating itself, Abral. A little bit out of order, as Kings Row was the third map in their series in the upper finals. But GK won that one, and Team Liquid won the control.
Is there any player from Season 1 Owl who's still playing? Soon.
Team Liquid's response was going to Runasapi, banning the Ram, and then a Cassidy ban for GK.
Kellex,
so,
yeah.
Do you think we're going to see that again?
Runasapi coming up. I mean, we have Circuit here as well, but I think that would be GK's pick if they can go to it. So
fucking Ryu Jaehong.
They did win. Runasapi 123 to 91.
Yeah, I think they have 2 years of mandatory service, but the cool thing about Overwatch League was that I think Overwatch League was like a real like job. Like you were considered like a real like employee for a company. And when it comes to military service, you can like delay it for like a couple years if you can prove that you have like something like important to do. But I don't think you can do that with OWCS.
Ilios, which has been so rare in NA. I mean, I just looked throughout the history.
Did a lot of pros do Valorant too? No, not really. Like 4 of our pros did. Like Sinatra, Arpe, and Saya player, right? That's like it.
So basically, what I'm saying is, Liquid have already kind
Baby Bay was already out the door though, and so was Raucus.
Circuit early on could be a good play if they just want to go to a different A scope, but no. They could just go to the circuit, but this is what we saw from Nightmare as well. So what we can say here is they can.
I'm gonna avoid 5v5 meta, dude. Oh yeah, Corey. I think Corey's our biggest loss. I think the biggest hit NA has ever taken is Corey and Aspire. Those are the biggest hits we've ever taken, bro. Fucking Corey needs to come back, bro.
To circuit. Yeah, how do we see the bans here?
And me retiring. I could have saved us.
It's gonna come in. It's happened over and over again. A small substitution too. It's exactly what we saw yesterday on circuit. Knife is in. Zero
Knife is in.
This May from Team Liquid yesterday, just dominant. We don't see Knife in too often.
But Zachary, he's
when Knife comes
kind
in,
of fell off
dude
when
was
Al came out.
Handed in the backline on his own. Was finding unbelievable and like game-winning picks. Just on the May, hitting the right clicks. Killed the backline in one, got a 3K, and then basically won the map for them.
Yeah, the 3K was literally the clutch. They lost the fight, and then just off the back of that 3K from Knife, Liquid were able to recover from that losing situation and essentially just like kept that time down.
IDDQD was not good in Overwatch League at all, but he was super good pre-Overwatch League era.
Available to ban. And I think at this stage, unless you are
when he was on Fnatic,
which I don't think you should be if you are Team Liquid, get rid of one of them. But
yeah, they're gonna ban me.
Carpe, yeah, Carpe's fucking goat, bro. Carpe was always good. At no point in history was Carpe bad at Overwatch until they made him play Tracer, and then he was fucking ass.
You don't want to be kneecapping yourself, which is Team Liquid's strategy here. Get rid of the Life Weaver. Make sure Bap's in play. We're gonna be playing Lucio plus Bap. May's going to be out of the picture, which was really strong from Knife. Knife is going to end up moving towards some other
and
options.
Listen, you guys always disagree with me with this take. I am the number one hater of Fleta. Fleta is the most overrated player of all time.
Otherwise, Genji always pretty solid. I do wonder if any team may even consider double long-range hit scans here. This is more of like a Virtus Pro kind of thing, but a Freya and a Sojourn together is a possibility. But
yes, and one fool
might end up just being the Genjis, honestly.
We've seen sprinklings of the
Pine is definitely up there, but Fleta won MVP. Like, bro, the fact that Fleta won MVP in the Lip Sombra season is insane.
Ban a Life Weaver makes sense. GK ban in May, yeah, no more Ice Queen. I'm not surprised. Like, the way Knife was playing yesterday, they just couldn't stop him.
Underrated? I genuinely do believe that Shaxx is an incredibly underrated player. I really think so. Shaxx was super fucking good. If you watch World Cup, like, Team Denmark, he fucking owned on Reaper and Tracer meta. Literally, people forget the LA Valiant stage where they dropped the entire roster, where Shaxx was fucking dominating. They beat Shock. Shaxx was really, really underrated.
It feels bad. So yeah, no.
What else? Who else? Who else was really underrated?
I think this map, yeah, like you said, pretty decent for it.
I think later on, particularly on C,
Julie was high.
The Venture shines a lot. Just the high ground, low ground plays. You can borrow from all the way on high ground and come from some very unique angles. But just across the board, we saw.
Well, the thing is
one that actually brought out the early on and capable of around that statue area.
Main supports are always underrated because the spectators don't know what make main supports good.
Probably going to be more likely to go Orisa if we were going to see Orisa. But as I sort of mentioned here, has Knife been cooking up a Symmetra? The answer is yes. However, I will note that this is what my moan wants.
Any cute femboys with feet who I can play with. My friend advised me to search in the Overwatch community. Any cute femboys with nice feet, type 1 in chat.
I'm hoping they lock this Venture. Knife might have a bit of a tough time, but getting through that backline is always tough for Team Liquid. We'll see how GK are going to manage that with a quick listening.
Oh.
No, they're on RAM. We played normal.
Okay. I think Venture's so good though when they're on sim. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm.
Yeah, let's clear it. You can like slow for our Venture.
No slow already. I want to walk around really fast. No slow. Yeah, it's really low.
I think Hadi's really underrated as a player too because he can only play like Rhine really good. But as a teammate and as a leader and like a game knowledger, he's really smart. I think Hadi in his prime has some of the best understanding of a brawl meta like anyone ever has.
Very weak. Very so weak.
Life Weaver banned from Liquid.
Pushing card fast.
I will dig on the statue soon, okay?
Yeah.
And then we
I'm
swung.
hot looking
Doa was okay, and Paintbrush was okay too. I mean, Paintbrush and Moth were very similar players, where they brought a lot to the team, like IGL wise and teamwork wise, but neither of them were really good mechanically. Which is why main support is such a shit role to play.
Can we hard push him? 3, 2, 1, walk.
I saw
Hold me.
Yeah, Xe was a super good main support, or main hit scan. Fizz was alright. I gotta end Prez, my bad. Bro, I wish we could get comms checks, the listen-ins the entire time.
Beautiful stuff there from Mymone.
I prefer this a lot.
Forcing that TP from Knife.
Good job from GK right now, though. I'm glad they're making this game good.
Forcing the lamp out of
The Venture working against the Sim as they expected.
Infected in that fight.
I don't like Fleta.
You heard the comms there as well from Mymone saying, I'm gonna dig in, go straight for statue, timing the digs, wanting the team to follow through, especially that secondary dig, and then allowing Lethal to find angles, double shots.
I'm 37 actually might be one of the most overrated players of all time. That's actually a good shout.
The day, here comes Window.
A good window angle as well.
What the Fleta hate? I don't think Fleta's good.
So GK. Yep.
Oh, he is. Okay, I lied. He's really good. I'm getting ahead of myself here. He's overrated. He was never MVP. If Fleta didn't have Lip as his duo partner, then he would have been fucking
Staying on the sim as well.
co-streaming.
This is where previously Knife swapped over to the main, so the ban will prevent that from coming through. Mymone so can continue getting more value on this venture.
Eileen is really good too.
Towards the OC now. A little bit struggling is going to be the fact that if you OC, Symmetra Wall comes on through to counter you, and then suddenly things get a little bit tricky.
Ooh, Captive Sun.
Hey, in a contender season where I went 1-7, my only win was against Mistakes, and I shit on him. He's ass.
That wall isn't really going to be too much.
Onigod was super good, but he was a really dumb player. I've done so many Overwatch League trials with Onigod, and he never made them just because he was like all eight. Like he was like a Pine variant with better aim.
A whole big ult dump there for GK, but they get it popping, and well, it wasn't exactly cheap for Team Liquid either.
It's an entire ult bank use.
Yo, Mamo, watch your head.
Get much done versus the wall, but tell you what, Iconic Shock, Mymone can reposition quite easily.
Oh, I love RuPaul. I would never say RuPaul is underrated or overrated. I mean, RuPaul is fucking good, dude.
Straight to the back line.
I will say right now in NA, we are eating with our flex supports, bro. I know that Landon is playing in EU, but UV, RuPaul, Landon, we have good fucking flex supports in our region, dude.
Where RuPaul wants you to be. Everybody grouped up. A lot of AoE healing coming through for the BAP. Oh, what a headshot from 3 as well.
That goes good.
Takes Lethal out of the sky. This Team Liquid still in control, although they lose RuPaul.
Working out well for Team Liquid.
Yeah, true. Nevix was really good. I like playing with Nevix. Dude, Nevix is like the best team in Marvel Rivals now.
Finish off onto the fight as 240 is still plenty for GK to work through, but as we sort of mentioned, a large amount of ultimate spent in a previous
no,
fight.
I would never watch Effect. Effect and Soon were terrible, bro. Why would you ever watch Effect and Soon, dude? Striker was there. Honestly, really just Striker.
My poor Knife.
Damn.
Nice from Lethal there. My God.
Yeah, Landon is like the best. I think besides Shu, if I had to draft a flex support first, I'm drafting Landon.
GK cap that point. Not looking exactly like the series yesterday.
Effect was never good, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You ask anybody, that Effect guy was so ass. Bro, Effect pulse-bombed a Tracer one time in like 2016, and they thought he was the greatest player of all time.
Is a problem, and as I sort of mentioned, Knife also has a Venture in the pocket, so I get a Venture mirror now. Bit of a rarity
Bro,
for NA.
the Dallas Fuel got worse when they picked up Effect. I'm not even playing.
Play it well.
That was a high valley.
Nah, he might have actually been the first person to ever pulse bomb a Tracer. You might.
Wrong place, wrong time, no sound barrier. Avril LOSing is tanking. That's going to be disastrous as Mymone just takes over this fight.
I think
2 people. For 3 minutes, Team Liquid,
my saddest,
scurrying away.
in my opinion, the saddest thing to happen to someone's career is Violet playing main support, because the new generation of Overwatch enjoyers are not considering Violet as one of the best players ever. But if Violet only played flex support his entire career, we wouldn't be talking about Shu, RuPaul, fucking Landon, it wouldn't matter. He was. Hello?
Characteristic there. Oh, those saying that straight through the window. See you later. Window is still a little bit awkward, but Infected is dead.
He was better than Jonak at Zen ever. I think this is actually just. I think this is like actually the stream. Like I think.
Still being pushed. 2 minutes in the time. Someone's got a touch. Tree.
He switched to main support because Finn's dumbass, man. Fuck Finn.
I can imagine the Kiriko swap here for Liquid to just TP through the wall, but the focus fire from GK brings down the beast.
Kilo was a scrim merchant.
3 points on the board with time to spare.
You might have been right there.
The only player that's ever been better at Violet at Zen was Alarm. Ever.
Up your window, and he is praying that there's a situation.
We get some glorps going.
Infected can stay alive for a moment longer. Throw the.
Bro, Violet has such a good Bab, such a good Ana. Bro, he's the only. Bro, he was rank 1. Jonak, man, fuck Jonak,
We see that one
bro.
really break down. It's double supports dead for Liquid.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. Is Jonak was playing so good again. Okay, and then Jonak was so good and didn't win. Violet won
Their
twice.
Circuit Royale, given that it wasn't even their map choice, but it's one of their strong maps.
Don't get me wrong, bro.
They wanted to
Listen, chat.
into
You're asking
a
for my
GK
opinion.
power map.
Skill level wise, skill level, skill level. Violet, Jonak's skill level was never better than Violet's ever, ever.
Whole lot of value. Imagine Knife probably does the same.
My
thing
choice
here.
for overrated person is Shu, and this is why we don't really care about Teeth's opinions, because
Knife should just
I don't know
do
what the
same
fuck
thing as
she's
my
talking
did.
about.
Sees the Symmetra on the defense, swaps to Venture.
Very easy switch as well. No kind of faffing around. All right, let's see if GK can hold on to his defense. Now Lethal on the Cassidy. No Freya here. Has been opting a lot of the time. Ash, Cassidy, any kind of like raw hit scan, Sojourn.
I'm just saying, bro, Jonak was super good at Zen, right? Violet was just as good at Zen, if not better, and better at every other hero in the game, so I don't know.
He needed the TP out, but it didn't save him. That is gigantic.
Needed that lamp. Where'd he go?
There's never been an Ana player better than Shu in this game. Never, never. Not at one moment in life.
Error from GK.
Oh my, and now you can take such a nice spot here. It's Infected, you can hold this corner super far up, like... Damn, Cuffer.
By the way, if I remember correctly,
Ryu Jaehong
we've
is so
seen GK
ass.
many times, Cuffer's one already, play through that right side angle from defensive POV. And Team Liquid, man, the coaching documents, that was certainly in there. Flick through it. Counter.
Twilight in his prime? Man, fuck Twilight, bro.
And still survived somehow.
Okay.
All right, Cuffer.
Kariv
In this small room,
actually might be close to Shu. Kariv walked so Shu could run. Now that's the first good take anybody's had in this chat today.
It might be. Admiral and Lethal do get one, but yeah, Payload Princess Infected is keeping them in this. That's Cuffer, bro. Like
Valiant bias.
Second time in a row, just gets blown up.
That first.
Bro, did you see what Violet did to the 30-0 fucking Vancouver Titans, bro?
It's important enough that it genuinely may cost the map, which sounds.
And CMNC was ass. Oh, I have the most overrated player ever. Water. That guy was so ass, and so many people thought he was good because he was Korean and used a fucking blue square crosshair. That guy sucked so ass. Bro, that guy would play in NA ranked, and he would, bro, he was so ass, bro.
Around from Team Liquid, and this is a cheap fight. I'm talking like bargain hunters cheap. Look at this. One ultimate. They got 4 running into next.
This is the thing that people watching need to understand as well. I think in normal
I remember
games where
Bare Hands' dumbass, like, this is when me and McGravy were already being replaced on the team and Tavik, and they were running Korean trials, and they had Water trial against me, and he got 1 block until they gave up on him. He was so ass. Like I'm not mad, because BQB was better than me at the time, but, bro, I felt disrespected they put Water in, bro. I thought Water was the best Genji back then. That's what I'm saying, bro. You fell for propaganda.
This is a different pace than we've seen from them previously. GK, they've used the Annihilation, but it's not enough. My Moan's gonna have to burrow out of there. Cuffer down. Avril, no sound barrier.
I'm trying to think of underrated players. Who is underrated, chat?
But this is Liquid Cap at this point.
I mean,
look at this time back as well. It's gonna be monstrous.
These are the first ultimates from GK. That's the other problem. They're the first ultimate. This is
Yaki was pretty good. I think PG is really good too.
5 minutes of time bank. I mean, look what
I think PG's PG was a very streaky player. Like once PG's on, that motherfucker was on. Like he could carry NA games easy, but he just had too many like low lights, and so was I. Most NA players are like that too. Like the majority of NA players are very streaky.
As well, okay. A semblance of control now for GK as they expend their last ult.
First recovery.
Why do this? But he won.
The sound barrier used. GK.
Travis unfollowed me on Twitter because I called him brain dead in a ranked DM.
Want to try and get this down to 140 on the other side as well? Have a comparable time back. If you get it.
Choyobin is not underrated. Choi is great. So many players just got fucked over because of 5v5. Like Void would have been fine.
Yeah, out of that one.
Like so many good tank players, bro.
Avril was behind that wall too.
You know who was really good, chat? He was really good. That was underrated. Note. Note was solid for a Western off tank.
It's a great idea for GK to go for the spawn camp. First of all, it's low risk.
Note was solid, bro. Same with Fusions.
If you want to get aggressive and TP out of this one, you TP to match them.
Space. Oh, Space too. Space was great too. All of those players got fucked over. All of those players got fucked over by 5v5.
Like you said,
bro, it was like layoffs. It was like a company laying people off. A lot of tank players were really good in 6v6. They learned how to play off tank. They were a support tank, like, and then we went to 5v5, bro. Fury too, yeah, all these players. 5v5 fucked us over a lot.
TP set up once again. Cuffer now on annihilation. Remember,
this knife skin is hideous.
Liquid, you consider that a good defense for
this
GK.
wall though, this wall.
Have a reasonably matched time bank scenario. Team Liquid is struggling to actually break out of spawn still though.
XUC was the best Western monkey pro.
Okay, Lethal just finds an
hell nah, give me Zhu Shui.
And Infect is also going to die. Yep, nice DP away as Lethal. Yeah, he's playing Portal right now. He's not playing Overwatch.
Yes, I was there when fucking
somehow Tree kills the backline.
Airhand tried to overthrow Albert, and he did.
You cannot spawn camp anymore.
Albert,
you have to back out. So this is where
the original Florida Mayhem roster was gonna be like. I remember like that Dallas Field roster with Trill. It was gonna be like Trill, Fire, who was I think his name's Fire, right? Or who was the main support?
Which is the goal for GK here.
Fire, right? Was that his name? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be Trill, McGravy, me, Fire, like Hagopin, BQB, but instead they went with Zephyr for some fucking reason.
Frontline, and they're looking good. Okay, time back, like you said.
RCK was good. I think BQB was hella underrated too. That's actually real.
Which is so much, but
world's tallest mammal, 50 months. Oh my Lanta, thank you, dude. BQB was lit before Lip ever was, bro. If there was a Sombra meta when BQB was pro, it was over. That motherfucker was so good at Sombra. I'm so serious. He was so good at Sombra.
GK more than happy with that. Annihilation's gonna get popped from Infected, kind of dancing around this window right now, but Lethal has found his mark.
Really good hold so far.
Infected dead, time bank slipping through the
D-Dink was
fingers
good.
of Team
D-Dink was
Liquid.
good at Pharah.
This is not looking pretty.
And now we have to change the conversation. The conversation originally was, how good of a time bank are we expecting from Team Liquid to then saying
They were the best Sombra of all time?
What? Draw down that timer and the conversation will
end.
But can Team Liquid now finish the
That's if you talk about Sombra, if anybody says that Lip is not the best Sombra of all time, they don't even listen to their opinions anymore, bro.
Lamp there, thrown out to save Lethal. They trade again. My Moan for Tree. Infected try.
EQO was a really good Genji player. He just struggled to learn any other hero. But I got EQO as one of my best Genji players. Not the best, but he's up there.
They need this high ground. They need to bully GK away. Lethal on height. Has 4% to a high noon and it's a perfect eagle-eye view of the backline. A teleport is going to try and match him and yep, okay, TP straight on him and a nice little right click. And there it is. Okay, now Team Liquid can try and push. Can they finish this map though with 30 seconds?
Well, they got the ultimate.
No.
That's what they needed. Tree
My
opened up the map
opinion
for
is
them
that
once
Flower
again.
got
Team
way
Liquid,
too
they were
overrated
little more
early.
time to get
He
RuPaul and
used to
Vega
get
in
really
there.
nervous in games.
Life in my
Like I
mode.
remember
They have
NYXL,
5
SPV
seconds,
used to have to hold his
walls
hand
in
before
just a short
games
moment.
start because he was crowned the greatest player to ever exist ever. So when he got into Overwatch League, like, I mean, he was just so scared, bro.
Later on in an overtime one at bat.
Yeah, like Flower was literally supposed to be LeBron James, like.
From GK. And 3 people sitting behind it. Sound barriers connect from both sides.
Didn't
but
Pogo
down
name
is really
change?
a man disadvantage for Team Liquid as they're huddling in this room, trying to kill Lethal. A massive value lamp as well from Ultraviolet has just gone undone and saved them. A high ground window for RuPaul, but it's not enough.
What about Shadowberg? Yeah, Shadowberg was pretty good.
Down, a GK.
Nice. I'm glad this game is better than yesterday, bro.
In the series for them.
Oh, I mean, we already talked about Corey, but I think Corey's an extremely underrated hit scan. He was so fucking good.
Potential insane comeback victory.
Yeah, Bird Ring's great too.
Considering how difficult it was on that defensive side for Liquid, eventually getting capped out, they found some success on their attack.
Damn, the knife sim does not work. Maimon mirrors the sim.
That snowballs you.
I love Saya player, bro.
You didn't even have to spend one ultimate on A. You got to then snowball B with your massive ultimate.
Yeah, I don't even play Widow, and they made me play against Corey on Widow for whatever fucking reason.
Fight win
I don't know, N1 Full. I don't know.
Rushing down the side of Team Liquid, which, by the way, this is an important point. If even one member of GK goes down, you can't.
Nah, Pelican's not overrated. He was a really decent flex DPS.
Spawn cap with 4 has to be 5, so you have to get a perfect stabilization fight.
Bro, Teeth really just says things, dude. Yeah, Decay was good. He just needed a therapist. Decay was the hardest player I've ever played against, and I've played against every player. Like, I don't think Decay was the best player, but Decay was the hardest player that I had to play against. Like, he gave me the hardest time, bro. Like, I played against really good players. Like, pretty much every Overwatch League team I've scrimmed and played in official games. Like, the first stage, the only stage I played. But I don't know, bro. Decay fucking... Decay was in my head for some reason. I don't know.
It looked pretty decent.
Maybe he didn't like me, but that dude...
The desk, they're going to break down what's happened so
dude
far
fucked me up,
set us
bro.
up for the next.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it looks like GK did their homework in this one. They seem to have an answer to everything that Team Liquid was throwing their way, but it's still a back and forth series, right? It is 2-1. The score, first to 4, is what we're playing for here. Let's talk about how they got it done.
Agilities isn't bad.
GK in the lead, 2-1. I feel like both DPS departments are the big
Call me Cam Bam. Thanks for the prime.
How did they stack up thus far in the series, Rich?
I mean, it's been really back and forth because we saw an interesting take.
Thank you, my man. Let me go pee really fast. Let me go pee really fast. Chat. Type Greg. Do Preds.
Play and then Tree coming out onto this Hanzo, which is very devastating. Something I've seen ever since we came back from collegiate. It's one to not just, you know, sit on, even though you don't get to see much of it, but then even the adjustment when it comes to now trying to face off with the cast aspect of it. Lethal, though, here towards the end of this, as we were seeing consistently on this Cassidy, was just really starting to download everything needed to be able to just continue to punish this as just me looking at independently the DPS, because there are a lot more factors in this composition that really make it work and enable it, but I'm just so hyper fixated on those two really seeing what their impact is over the course of this best of 7.
Yeah, I mean, the entire team just stepped up there when Liquid brought out some of these compositions, and GK responded, like Avril pointed out towards the end there. You know, Maimon is setting up the rest of the team with these Symmetra teleporters, and that enables someone like Lethal to really pop off on that Cassidy. The spawn hold was, of course, fantastic there to force Liquid into a tough spot where they had to invest ultimates just to get out of spawn, right? So GK, I feel like they've really responded to all these answers that Liquid allegedly had for this series. Liquid again, they couldn't win King's Row, even though Tree had an amazing
I think the
Hanzo
Fran's
game.
pretty
They couldn't
overrated.
quite close it out. So GK, they win King's Row
He's pretty
against
good.
Tree's Hanzo, and now also they take down Liquid here. Also get Real with Knife playing the Symmetra. So it really does feel like GK.
The Fran got really, really good mechanically, like early. Like he was super good mechanically, like before anybody was.
Before we talked about passing off the bans or deferring that, and you get to see.
I was never big on Mirror personally.
And then they come in and then they ban the May when Knife.
I think Dante's pretty underrated, to be honest. I think Dante was really good.
Take and carry over from yesterday into today to see how they play against it. So it's all of that different type of methodology behind of it, and it's really starting to show how valuable that.
Nightmare did not win, not one bit. Chad Duprez.
Yeah, and honestly, just so much respect to the coaching staff, to the players, making
Oh, so cute.
big switches like that in your composition, in your
Yeah, I saw the
approach over
Dante
just
stat flame,
the
bro.
turnaround of a night. That is not an easy thing to
These
pull
new
off.
players,
Sarah's
bro,
coming
need to
back
leave
in for
Unc
a
alone,
knife,
bro. He's just gaming
and
for
as you
fun,
saw,
man.
just now on your screens, we will be heading to Runazapi. Obviously, Team Liquid selecting this map. Johnny, what do you want to see from them?
I mean, I think it makes total sense. It's how you closed out the series yesterday, so I think this is the most obvious pick ban of all time, really. It's exactly what Liquid wants to do. They want to take away the Ramatra so they can play the Orisa.
XD was good. There's a timeless story about hitscam players that just can't learn how to play the game. Like, XD was super good at Cass and Widow, but
you know, what do you do for the
I
rest
don't
of the
know.
series? Do you have any
In my opinion,
additional
there's like
answers for GK?
100,000 hitscam players that would have stayed relevant if they just got a decent tracer. Like, bro, you know, Sparkle would have literally had to retire like 4 years earlier if he didn't pick up tracer. Like, there's so many DPS players that just fell into obscurity because they didn't learn tracer. Bro,
but a different
if you're new to Overwatch League, you might not even remember a time where Sparkle couldn't play tracer. But for a while, Sparkle literally was like the worst tracer in the league. And then in one offseason, he came back and was actually playing so good against some of the best tracers ever. And it wasn't that he was the best, he just was doing, he was, like, it was good enough for him to be there.
He's going to go in towards the hazard. Sim online, Cass online. They want to shut down Infected. This is the
Aqua is present 5 seconds. Oh my god, Lethal is on it now.
Tree's already dead. Lethal trying to juggle with that wall as well. Just manages to climb over it somehow.
PK locked the fuck in now. The BAP really helping them. Oh wait, we're playing Malga now?
Gonna bite the dust. Instantly switching. It is Malga time.
Yeah, I mean, you just have way too many counters on the Orisa on here. All of it combined, just pressure.
Okay, we're going Sojourn, Genji, Malga, Kiri, Lucio.
But it was from the GK side, and honestly, didn't look too good. I think GK happy to receive the Malga.
Undad, yeah, Undad had 7 different children with 7 different women.
Come through in terms of my mom getting off this here. We'll keep tabs on that one.
Low-key, why was he even canceled for that?
Very easy targets here to dive in Ultraviolet.
But what's that got to do with us, bro?
And a big stomp. Genji's going to follow up pretty quick. Infected is very low, receives a Suzu, but Tree's also out of position.
They were all of age,
fire. There is Infected trying
all
to
consenting. Loki wasn't like, what?
Yeah, a complete team well without losing anybody.
Like, why are we even mad at him for that?
GK, that's point. That's cat.
I'll tell you what, this is the important thing.
Nah, I think it was Pat that he cheated on his pregnant wife with like 8 women. I think that was the problem.
Targeting Zera is extremely good because Zera on Tracer is where he's going to
That
pop
might
on a
be
map
it.
with Usabi. It's perfect for him. Better yet, yesterday it was a Ram and a Cass ban. GK banned is
I'm pretty sure he was on Shanghai Dragons, right? And then had to go home to Korea because he was going to go to prison.
High noon for Lethal. A little teleport play as well.
Oh,
Yeah, no one
fuck,
falling for
man.
that debate. Ain't no
Who
way.
undead?
80 meters and counting now as the rush is ripped on the staircase. However, the window and the beat in response, and even a window too.
What the hell is TL doing?
Kitchen sink, maybe even the entire house. Why not? Zera dead. Here's the downpour. Where you run into? Infected down. This
Holy
is 100+
shit.
meters for GK.
Now we're just swapping. We're going Genji, we're going Soda, we're going Bencher, we're going Malgo. Did we not prepare for this? This is literally what GK plays all the time. Did we not prepare?
I can invoke the theory if I want to. And just for people to know,
I guess Maimon hasn't really played Sim very much.
I know they're a capable team. They're a very good team.
So I guess it threw them off.
Because it's the grand final. My belief in Team Liquid is still going to be there, but I've got to say, 127.
Not over yet, though.
It's extremely rare to see a comeback from this.
Vegas got beat. Connects. Ultraviolet down. They're using this to get out of the spawn. Oh, Vega goes back in. Yep, Lethal with a quick kill, but that should be the cleanup they desire. 132 meters, though, to 0 right now.
Yeah, is this the first time we've seen GK play the Sim? I guess Liquid didn't really expect this coming out from them. Maybe they didn't prepare for this.
Why GK going super aggro there as well.
I think even Kasaurus said Liquid's going to EWC. Yeah, already. Yeah, Tayo, they are.
Forces respawns and reinforcements. You're not going to get a clean
during the interview, Kasaurus said that they played the Lucio, Hazard, and the Tracer a lot, but I don't think they expected the Sim.
Dominated there by Tree. Nice little flick up to the skies too. Overclock, Nets.
How you guys like
a
that
couple of
skin?
kills. And Copper down as well. Okay, there it is. Team
alive,
kill, and no one dies. Yeah.
Yep. Total flaws. That's exactly what you need. You can't get meaningful push if you do not convert your ultimates.
Yeah, all the
to
players that are
meters.
playing today
So
are
if
going
you
to
are using
EWC.
ultimates on your
Alcatia,
own side of the map to
VP,
recover
Twisted
payload,
Minds,
you're
Team
not
Liquid
getting
GK,
conversions on meters. So
and
you have to try and find
Nightmare.
value on ultimates on the other side of the map too.
I'm really
Get
nervous
those
for Nightmare to
victories.
go to
We have
EWC,
5
bro. They
alive,
seem like a
so
great
don't
online
respawns.
team, but none
Now
of their
to look
players
for real
have
shows
any
where you can.
experience, bro. Go playing in front of that Riyadh crowd, bro.
Down to the Malga. Forced to use that Raveform pretty early. Takes a railgun. And the displacement of Cuffer there is really rough.
How did Liquid win so easily? I literally told you guys that they played Malga for some reason. Even Weed said like they tried to experiment too much. Weed said in the interview that they're gonna go back to what they always like to play, what they know how to play, and now they're doing much better. I think they overcooked, bro. They saw the new patch, they just started playing Malga for no reason. I don't really know.
But it's mind mode. That's the question mark because Venture's so good.
Is LAN different than online compared to other esports games?
What
do you mean compared to other esports games? LAN is different than online in every esport game. It's so much different playing in front of people and the crowd and a stage. Like your emotions affect how you play video games so hard. It's kind of funny how the average like esport viewer thinks that like it's just, however you good are at the video game is how good you play all the time. That's it ever. But bro, everything affects your gameplay, dude. Your nerves, like the pressure, your experience.
You have to get these.
Oh, it really does. It does affect a lot.
As Liquid lose even one, you may have to consider disengaging.
I remember when I first played on the Overwatch League stage, bro. I was shaking, bro. I couldn't even. Bro, I'm lucky that it was a Brig meta, because if I had to aim, bro, I would have looked like I had Parkinson's. Bro, I was shaking. Like, I'm glad that it was Brig, because, like, it didn't matter.
Meaning there's no support left for Zero or Infected. As now Geeke find a team kill.
Oh yeah, ping matters a lot, but not really that much in Overwatch. I'd say that it still changes the way hit registration works and stuff, but I don't think we have real LAN in Overwatch anymore. I think we have, it's like fake LAN where you're on like 5 ping or whatever.
I prefer to see Lethal hold on to ultimate and respond to Liquid. You want to bait Liquid to ult into you.
I don't know what Liquid's doing. I think Liquid was not ready for the sim comp, but now they're off sim.
Kills him instantly. Rush on the staircase again. Team Liquid only 3 alive. Geeke, they've got 4 right now, but they are fighting on the point and they are fighting on Team Liquid's side of the map. So, like you mentioned, any kind of casualty here for Geeke.
I think so, Tayo. I think so.
But because the
I heard that
so
EWC
up,
wasn't
like
real
Team
LAN
Liquid,
though.
They're gonna have to use ults to get this out.
I know that DreamHack Dallas wasn't LAN. The players told me they had like 10 ping. That's why they kept disconnecting from the game, because they weren't on LAN.
Should be able to kill the hazard. No, still got a lot of spike guard. Okay, Admiral may be dead. Ends up just trying to dive in there, save Cuffer, but Cuffer was already out.
Nice, come on, bro.
Getting out of fire.
I want Liquid to bring this shit back, dude.
Another ult expended for Team Liquid. However, still have beaten.
Yeah, any of you guys going to EWC?
All 5 alive here is also, again, that's important. As we head to OT,
I got offered to do some sort of sponsorship at EWC, but I think I'm just gonna stay home and co-stream. Maybe I'll go to Stockholm. We'll see. Yeah, best of 7. Yeah, first to 4.
Payload is on the pushing side of the map where they can gain meters. Here we go, tempo beat.
Vamp used. Blade from Imone gets a little bit of damage there onto the loose.
I wouldn't mind going.
They're trying to stagger these ults out, trying desperately not to use anything more.
Bro, I mean, like a 20-hour flight, bro.
That's huge.
One casualty, that'll do. They only lost 1.
Remind me of
One
Todd.
casualty is more than enough because look at the reinforcement distance now. Tree's going to take a while to get back in. Reinforce with the team.
They haven't got forwards.
And even the one ultimate used, that one ultimate doesn't convert into meters because you kind of have to take another fight now. These are the ultimates.
How do you have an actual LAN Overwatch? Yeah, Overwatch though, I don't really know. I don't really know the technicalities of it, but I know that Overwatch League was real LAN. Like, we had 0 ping.
Other zeros off from the Venture.
Ooh. Okay, a little aggro B.
Really early B.
From Admiral.
How
Team Liquid going to respond?
Maybe that's just fair to force as many cooldowns as possible. 0. What the fluff was that?
was going to be the
GK
perfect
has Lethal's
combo.
number
Ends up
right
getting
now.
Through the lamp as well from Ultraviolet. And there was 3 people grouped up for Zera to get an easy multi-kill. But everybody from GK there just look at him and he instantly evaporates.
Yeah, I said in my Discord chat that I think this Liquid team is really based on if Zera plays good or not. I think regular season they fumbled a lot of games because of Zera. He's been very streaky this season, very streaky. But when he's playing good, he's amazing. I think he needs to find consistency. Nah, they're not like SSG, not at all. This team is way better than SSG.
It doesn't look like they're
No.
Basically a team kill with Aperol and UV only just spawned.
SSG.
Overtime approaching. They got a lot of meters to cover.
No.
Now making decisions with Zera going back to the venture.
It's just, I think Zera's been a little bit inconsistent lately.
With that amount of ult charge, the OT about to hit, he's gonna stay.
See, the thing is, SSG is only Sugar-Free doing good. Team Liquid is everyone doing good, and Zera sometimes plays inconsistent.
My own TPing on him there, ends up TPing
Yes, easy.
back. Look how far that TP went actually as well. Kind of nuts. Sound barrier ends up coming in, hits the spike wall as Admiral ends up going down. A little stop.
Oh, wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And they've lost 2 already, have GK. And oh, little throw dash in the sky there, making sure Ultraviolet had nowhere to go. Overtime here.
Page available here, but Maymon's gonna have the wall. Liquid gonna push up, not let GK get free space here.
They didn't quite hit the 90-meter mark, but they still have the opportunity. They have to win a couple.
I got Paul on my lap right now, by the way.
To close this gap.
I think he was good. I don't know. I think Seeker did play really good this season on Cass and Sojourn. SSG's best look was when they were playing Cass. I think they just got so obsessed with Freya meta for so long.
And there's the wall. They're just gonna jump on Infected. Infected's got no help.
No, Infected. No.
Completely walled off. And my mode
just like that.
Just like that. Lethal.
GK.
Just putting a
up
flare,
3-1.
extra firework in the sky.
Lethal shooting bodies now.
There it is. GK now.
Holy shit. Match point for GK, chat. Match point for GK.
And this is the problem. You load into this map, but the bans go the way of GK. The Tracer ban is so influential.
I don't think very good, Tayo. I think EU has a way better chance. I think Alcatia is the only team that I think has the best tempo and pace similar to Korean teams. They do a really good job at like teamwork-wise. I think NA. The reason we see NA be so consistent or so inconsistent in like the performances is because it's kind of like a mechanics battle. Like they kind of just battle and whoever plays better that day, like mechanically. But man, Alcatia is so good, and they have Junkbuck coaching too. But I think Alcatia would not even be as close as good as they were if they didn't have Junkbuck. He's a big reason that they're being really good. Could GK be good Korean teams? If they start learning this symmetric comp, I think so. Here's my take is I think that the only chance EU and NA, especially EU, ever have against Korea is if we're in like some sort of brawl meta. But if by EWC we go back to a Winston meta, we're fucked.
And then when the time really comes for it, GK just kind of
also, I haven't really kept up with any of the other regions. Like, I have no clue how good the Chinese teams are. They always seem to surprise us, so I guess don't count them out.
Possible, but GK's lead, it's just so much to try and bite back into.
Yeah, a picturesque bait TP, just straight up fake them. TP near the point.
I think it's a mid-season patch for EWC, yeah.
You saw on the little X-ray, the entirety of Liquid, apart from Infected, ended up backing up around the corner.
I don't know. Right now, I haven't seen a team this good since in the West in a very long time, based on how good Alcatia is right now.
Not just the Malgo on his own. TP from the Kiriko, the Suzu landed a fraction of a second too late. And to be fair, even if it did, the amount of focused fire and the Sims at full charge, like, you're not saving Infected there. Match point now for GK.
You can't get off the payload. You have to stay on as well because it's OT, and so somebody's going to get caught by that. You can't just all disengage. So it's a tough game out here. And even if some members of GK go down, their respawn is right there, literally right there. So on to Suravasa we go, Jack. It's 3-1. You called a match point. GK.
I don't know.
The back to back.
I think
for the majority of their members.
I think
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
I also think that Korea has such a crazy advantage just because they're always on LAN. Like, I always say this every single time we talk about the different regions compared to each other, is that EU and NA don't have LANs until EWC. So you never play with your team until, you never play with your team until you get to LAN. While the rest of the other region gets to play on LAN every single day. The first couple of games you play, you're shaking the LAN jitters. It's hard.
They proved it through the bracket and proved it against GK. But where does that leave X Nightmare, now GK, without that Tracer player? Well, MyMoan, I'd say I take Zero over MyMoan in the Tracer duel, but his flexibility, playing the Sim, playing Venture, playing all these other picks,
band.
It looks so
Tracer
good.
band.
Yeah, and exactly, a Tracer band too. Suravasa could be the final map here.
Like, I was reading this the other day, chat, and this was really interesting, and this is a big point that I mean about Crazy Raccoons in general too. Is Shu says this: T1 was the best during this stage. Their form was very sharp. It was like watching the Crazy Raccoons of last year. With their recent form, if T1 had played like they did in scrims, we would have lost. But we had more stage experience, and we won thanks to that. Like, people understate like how important that really is.
I was struggling a little bit more in
I
this
think
series.
that Crazy Raccoons have more stage
Tracer
experience
is gonna be
than
available
any
once more
NA
in
and
Carband.
EU
Tracer,
teams,
again,
and
expecting big
I
things
think
out of
that
Zero here.
comes into
The
play
honor is
every
gonna be
time we
gone.
go to LAN.
Winston
Every
gone
time.
from the team
Because
Liquid
all of their games
side,
are LAN,
which is
chat.
interesting.
Every single game they play,
But that one
all
was-
of the
I think
Korean
that might
region
actually
is
be
all on
being
LAN.
ball protected.
They have a crowd, they have
Is what
like an
Winston-
arena.
We haven't seen the
So
infected ball yet. Suravasa is
it matters.
a ball map. I wonder if this is the time for the ball to come
Hopefully
through.
Hopefully Alcazia doesn't get affected by that, and they still do well, because I'm big on that Alcazia team, dude. I think they're great.
So I can imagine Suravasa is going to be the same kind of
Especially
thing
being
here.
coached by Junkbug. Chad, do
Looking at the
Preds.
Final lifeline. I mean, it's so.
Do
It's
Preds.
kind of funny, right? You think of that Chinaland in Hangzhou, Zera, and now Geeke, the roster, they beat Crazy Raccoon, and then Crazy Raccoon get the rematch, and then they win. Like, it's kind of the same story being played out right now for Zera himself. Like, we beat them in the upper bracket, and we beat them 3-1 as well. Like, a confidence builder game, and a game that I
GK
think
ban
we had
Ana,
GK winning as well,
which is probably just a
considering their
protection
performances not only in
ban,
the
I
regular
guess,
season, but in the playoffs too.
and Team Liquid ban
insane
Winston.
stuff for Zera to be in. As they TP out of the gate.
No, this is the last match of the season. This is finals. Ending Preds now. 5 seconds.
Choice coming on through.
Hurry up,
So
chat.
no
I know you
ball
guys got
being
more money than
played
this.
in just yet. Back on the Tracer, exactly what we expect. Another thing to consider is the Winston ban also protects the Orisa. You want to make sure Infected can play at least this hero, if not something else.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to not see.
Yeah,
the
8 has
wrecking
been
ball, but
great.
Kind of expecting MyMoan to play the song.
I'm really excited for EWC. I think
Okay, wow, that
this
must have been a
is
hack
the
or something. A hack
closest
and a
that the
virus
West has ever
onto
been to the
RuPaul.
Korean
They
teams.
ended up losing,
I'm not saying they are
scored
better,
pretty early on.
but
That's a
this is
amazing
easily the
pick from
closest
GK.
they've ever been.
GK just doing the same as they always do. Mymone on the Sombra, like you say, I think likely, given that he's considering the possibility of Infected going bald, maybe even Tree playing towards the Freya. This is just a huge clean.
What's up, Oswald?
Thankfully, the cap has only barely come through, so we're not snowballing away just yet. Although Ultraviolet's ult charge
Yeah, I
is
don't know what's
disgusting.
happening with Team
He's
Liquid right
already
now.
nearly there after one fight.
I think one of the
they're
West
gonna
teams,
play
a
super far
good
as well,
5
make
teams
Team
here, that Korean
Liquid
team. Nah,
fight for every
I think
single inch of this
Alcazia
map.
can beat
And taking
every
it back
Korean
to
team right now. I really
Mymone
think so,
hanging
dude.
around.
I really think
As the
so.
virus, and he's out.
I think there's nothing
Okay,
holding
Nitio, though.
Alcazia
Nitio,
back from beating the
Nitio.
Korean teams,
Okay, we're all
especially
good.
with the
No
Symmetra meta.
Oh, wow, that was an aggressive window. Tree actually trying to chase Mymone
And with
there.
Junkbug.
And Ultraviolet swings in for the rescue. RuPaul dead again. This superstar support player is having.
You know, I'm really
a
excited to
rough
see
time
EU
of it
versus
so
NA as
far.
well.
He's been picked over and over in these last couple of
I don't
fights.
remember,
This
how
should
does
be
seeding work
his
for
first
EWC
point
work?
going GK's way.
I don't
More,
know.
though. They kind of slowing down at the moment. It's going to give opportunity for Infected.
Like, how does it? I don't know who plays
Maybe
who.
swing this one around.
Is this
One more touch to
random?
Playing on through. There's still going to be a contest. Zera is always the threat.
Well, the rest is go. RuPaul's dead again. He uses the rush, sure, but
Man,
to what
Liquid
effect?
looks
To what
lost
avail?
right
A
now.
nice pulse bomb from Zera, but I'm sorry, the fight's already over, my son. Terror Surge on the point.
GK just completely sandbagging in the upper bracket finals. They move on to the grand finals and like they're in a different team. Maymon has the lip skin on. 3 NA team chicken nuggets. Nightmare, Liquid, and GK. Oh my god, that was close, chat.
It does end up connecting with 4, and now we're seeing the Wrecking Ball for Infected, but a 5-man EMP from my mode.
No, GK is not a career
the entire time. Tree explodes, ball on the point, lands the slam kill, but they need.
I don't want to pretend SSG is going, bro. That's a waste of an NA slot.
But it was not a deal breaker for this point. There you go, Team Liquid.
On
they
the
control
ball.
Still, somehow they make it way back in.
I mean, that's incredible. The clutch to come on through. Vega dropping in with the beat for the team. And then you see it land on 4. You're like, hang on a second.
Yo, what's the SSG hate? What do you mean with the hate? What's with the SSG not winning a single game?
Going to stay on board for the rest of the map, but we talked about the possibility of it being here. It is.
I call it how it is. I was rooting for SSG. I like SSG.
Oh, what a shot. All right, Tree takes down Lethal. Infected ends up going down, however.
On the play better.
One trade. Point being capped at the moment by my moan. Coverage guys to a pulse, and Team Liquid have managed to come
bro,
back.
Sugar Free needs to fucking join another team, bro.
This is still doable. OC coming through for Lethal now. Touch enabled. Like UV of all players.
Wait, is it Ajax?
Gotta get out. He's got no abilities. No lamp. Had shift. Used it. Got slammed. Infected on the ball. Comes back. Another slam straight in front of Lethal. I mean, there's going to be another touch here as Avril is hanging around. But can Lethal actually stay alive? He's already used Slide, and that's going to be communicated by the rest of the team.
But is it Sugar Vaughn's fault that Seeker has motor neuron disease on Freya? I never said anything bad about Sugar Free. I think Sugar Free is the best tracer in NA.
199.
But
absurd
Other needs
stuff.
to get on a new team.
That is a point that you're going to want to look back on multiple times, because that kind of comeback, that kind of clutch coming through from Team Liquid to stay alive, keep the point on. As we began that essentially in the final moments with my Moan
The
Lethal.
best player in NA?
2 that GK
I don't
didn't
know.
clean up.
A lot of really good players.
Unreal.
RuPaul's great, UV's great, Free's great.
Oh, nice manual hack. Virus connects. Oh.
Cuff has been playing amazing.
hate
Dude,
to see
Cuff might be the most improved player ever.
Back on the ball, doesn't quite get there, but a Virus will. A lot of extra ult charge now for my Moan, and gets away.
Bro, I remember when he used to be some dude with an accent in my ranked games, fucking trolling.
Junior rush. GK already get the first cap though.
He's gotten so good.
Mine's available. Okay, he's just going to point on point.
Damn. Nice. I like this ball comp for Liquid. Obviously, I don't think ball is that great right now, but it's fucking working. It's exactly what I mean by I want teams to play what they want to play more than just what everyone else is playing, dude. This shit is working. I'm a Juice Way enjoyer too. I like Infected.
So I have some news to report. As it's been confirmed now, didn't quite catch this one in time because a lot happened on the point, but during that comeback, you remember the EMP that did not win it for GK. At the same time the EMP drops, unfortunately, Admiral got Ajax by Tree. Just confirm that now.
Ajax.
That also added to
Liquid Loki might want Sugar Free.
No sound barrier from Admiral.
I'm not a big fan of making like one-up roster changes before tournaments, but maybe. Vega is Ajax. Vega is Ajax. Vega is Ajax. Vega is Ajax.
Is that another one? Okay, well, we'll have to get another replay on that one.
We'll get the referees. We'll get the referees.
We'll get the refs in for that one. There ain't no shot. Vega's so pissed. That wasn't Ajax. Okay.
Yep.
My God.
Confirmed it.
What would be your fantasy USA World Cup team?
Keep the tally on. Like I said, look,
definitely Infected. Definitely Tree.
I'm here to see these.
Probably Tree Sugar Free as our DPS lineup. Okay. That would be fucking pretty good.
All right.
Infected, Tree, Sugar Free. Probably RuPaul, UV, Vega, I guess. What about, I don't even know, bro. There's Landon, there's RuPaul, there's UV. We would have to hold trials, bruh.
It's probably the main entry side from RuPaul and Team Liquid, but they're struggling to actually walk in. Just Infected on point.
Yeah, they've used that rush to like get some space in, but no one's really using it. I mean, Infected rolled through it short. Tree now on the high ground, and Lethal tried to go for the match, but that downpour and the lamp helping Ultraviolet clean up the kills. GK, they're gonna claim this one.
What I do know is that the Team USA roster would be a lot better nowadays than whatever the fuck we had the last season.
They've lost the 5 versus 2 before, but this time around with 0 down, no ability to clutch.
That shit was so ass.
Coming back from spawn, it's just not gonna happen. The timing ultimates go the way of GK. They go in that 184. close to there. They go 1-1 here on match point for GK Liquid. Trying their best to survive, and I do have to emphasize survive because consider that the first point was so GK favored.
Team
GK could have been at 2-0
Britain
by now.
used to be really good, actually. Kai,
Line,
Fusions.
slam, roll away. Mimone does end up getting taken down. Pretty close
Our
to the
team was
CMP,
like
mind you.
Beluge,
Problem is, right now
Hydron,
for GK, they've not only lost Mimone, Cuff is in a bad spot and in a bad way as well.
and
Had to leap on out of there. Used a lot of that spike guard to keep himself alive.
I
You know,
don't remember
Rat
who
was
else.
thrown in by Ultraviolet. That's going to net Team Liquid the first cap.
They'll get it with still the beat.
It was- I don't think RuPaul was on the team.
Come back online again. You don't want to see that same.
it was
hold up.
UPOG. Like, our main support is
Interaction with
OG,
Ultra
bro.
down, yeah, that should be
OMG,
reset.
bro.
Yeah, quick reset. Gives Mimone time to maybe Ajax. Vega again.
Good to see you.
I mean, that is impactful enough. We're literally seeing the fact that when that happens, it's enough to lose the entire point given how fast flashpoints go. And even looking back at it, by the way, it was frame perfect. Literally, as soon as the beat comes down, it was exact same frame that EMP cancelled it. So, that fast.
Was Bichette actually on our team? He does EMP Jax?
Wait, he meant EMP Jax from Mimone. Just got
So many Ajaxes this
You
game.
don't need to worry about that anymore. You can use the beat whenever now. They don't have the EP.
I wonder if they know. I wonder if they know that he did that.
Reset this in time.
Because, oh, now they know because he swapped.
I mean, 90% plus. They can't get there. I mean, he's
This might shape up to be a creamer.
Who's gonna get it? Where's the Tracer? Locking it in. Barely gets the touch. Recall away. But look at the ult.
Last World Cup was so good. Both and I were in Denver watching it. It was so sick.
Nice little bowl off the map there, but I believe the Tracer had the recall. Vega hits a beat. Okay. Pokes bomb in the hands of Zero.
I don't know, bro. We were trying to name things better. We came up with a new word for close games other than a barn burner, and chat decided on creamer. So we're calling close games a creamer. I don't know.
Yep, this is opportunity now for Team
Ask the
Liquid to
chat.
get this map done in
I
just
think
one more point for them.
BlizzCon
We'll
is
continue on towards a
confirmed
match
for
6.
2026,
ended in
which
6
means
maps. We're hoping
usually
to
World
at
Cup at
least get
BlizzCon,
that
so I guess
same
we'll
deal.
see. If it's there, I'm definitely going. Where's the last one? It was fucking fun.
Going to that last fight after a very labored touch from GK.
I've never heard
Obviously,
barn
Admiral
burner in
just
my
went
life.
Super fast to even
Really?
get the team into fight with RuPaul down early. Point hasn't unlocked though. That's the only problem. You do have a player advantage, but we're still.
Wait, no,
traveling
I didn't go to the
point
last
itself.
BlizzCon. I lied. We went to Overwatch League Finals, which is at the same arena.
Getting picked off fairly early on in a lot of these fights.
I went to BlizzCon
there
like
is mines, there is
2017 and
overclock, but
2018.
Team Liquid, they're going to have to regain a lot of this position. Looks like Tree wants to go for an off angle here, but quickly matched actually by Mimone. This overclock could be deadly though. Spots a Lucio lacking a little bit.
Oh,
he's slipping. Oh,
would you
he
say
got out
Liquid
of
is
there
the
with
mechanically
like
best
a
team?
sliver of HP.
I think GK is right up there with them. Honestly, I think
Across the map, Zero has got a kill onto cover. Now
both
Tree in
these
trouble.
teams.
A quick TP and a Suzu
I think that's kind of what
there.
pisses me off about NA, and I
alive.
keep saying this
Zero
is like
finds another one.
the reason we see GK sometimes beat Liquid and Liquid sometimes beat GK and the Nightmare sometimes beat Liquid and then Liquid sometimes beat Nightmare and like it goes back and forth because it really is like whoever plays better that day wins. Like it's like whoever is mechanically feeling it that day. But when we see Korea and EU, they're just so consistent that it's not really like a coin toss.
Despite not killing Admiral, it's Cuffer that's in trouble. So much damage being
I think both these teams are just as good mechanically. I guess I would give it to Liquid a little bit. I think the worst player mechanically in this game is probably Vega, but he's not bad at all.
Ultraviolet having to TP away.
Hi,
It's not
Wendy.
the, perk for double swift step just yet, so a little bit more deadly to use that aggressive.
All of our World Cups are always in the US. They're always at
And
BlizzCon.
now a rush on the point for Team Liquid. They want to end this. They want to make the next fight.
Oh my God, Zira is having a legendary game right now, by the way.
Infected, but I mean, on this point right now, you're gonna need
Zira, oh my God, that Liquid is online.
Comes up big. This guy
Come on.
Does not want to loot. What? I'm sorry. How is he?
I don't like lethal on Sombra.
He survived. I mean, sure. I mean, he's dead. Sound barrier comes in, and that'll do it. 3-1
Here we
victory
go.
for
Here we
Team
go.
Liquid. The sneaky beaky play there not quite working out.
Zira
as Team
35 and
Liquid keep
4,
themselves in the
dominating. Lethal 12 and 12. Don't ever want to see that guy play Sombra ever again.
Through the entire thing.
Let's go, map
Very
7,
nice
baby.
stuff coming through from Zero and Team Liquid there. The final touch from Lethal. And
Lethal having a terrible game there.
Lethal and Sombra at the end because it was a swap between Mymone and Lethal. It was Mymone playing Sombra for the majority, and then towards the end, this is something that GK have to do if they want both a Tracer and a Sombra. You have to do a double DPS swap, which does hurt the economy a little bit depending on when it happens. But recovery, considering that Team Liquid, they lose that second point. Yeah, we had a couple of Ajaxes in there. We had also Mymone, unfortunately, not getting his EMP on that third point. But we got some very strong points coming on through. We've got to talk about the fact, again, really nice to see the fact that despite RuPaul being bullied out for the majority of the map, even dying before point unlocks, he still gets to come back in strong. Infected, and Jera, and the rest of Liquid.
Hey, new preds are up, chat. New preds are up.
Point convert onto Cuffer, who I think on those last 2 points.
This is GK's map pick once again.
Super low HP multiple times. And it's just a struggling effort for GK to try and contest. I believe it was it 100-0 on both of the final 2 rounds? Yeah, it was.
Team Liquid now in the driver's seat.
Also cute.
Look at that. The KD difference there is
wow.
quite substantial.
45 deaths for GK.
45 death.
GK comes out and wins that first fight in the first point. And then
GK still on that match.
Still answer for the ball.
He gets to now choose this next one. And it kind of resets now because we get to kind of pick maps that we obviously won't see the same maps again. But
we see some preds, chat.
Mode, so open map.
Thank you guys for all the follows too.
And now do you want to look towards the Oasis? Well, actually, you could even go towards Dorado. We talk about GK's strong maps. They like to play Weaver back on Dorado as well. We're also getting to a point in the series where kind of starting to run out of bans. If I look through the Liquid bans, okay, it's going to be New York City, sure. We just play New York City in our lower bracket game.
GK goes to New York City.
That one up versus Nightmare 3-0. Nightmare didn't have a lot to say about it. But still, looking towards the bans available, I don't think we're going to see like
that type Greg.
Venture was played by Mymone, so remember that is quite a pivotal pick for the GK side.
Yeah, I mean, this is where your bans are kind of running out as well, right? I mean, there's a few things you can pick up, but like Tracers have been banned, like Hazards have been banned, like you're in a sense like running out of bans, like because we're so late into the series. This being first to 4, of course. This was also the map worth keeping in mind that GK finished the series on versus Team Liquid in their regular season match 5. We'll see if they can round this one out. We're having a back-to-back flashpoint.
This is GK when they played against Nightmare just hours ago now. It was a Venture composition, Lethal playing the Sojin, Cuffer on the Ram, Cass was banned out, Kiriko banned by GK in response. And in a similar kind of fashion, I think both Painkiller and Infected want that Orisa. Do we bring the ball back out? Because that is another interesting one. I wouldn't be surprised.
Flashpoint makes me nervous.
The ball ban, knowing that, okay, if the Orisa comes through, we're happy with that. Lethal can just play the Cass, it's whatever. If it's a Ram mirror, well, Cuffer feels fine in that Ram mirror. I think by the way the series has gone so far, it seems like to me, Infected is less willing or less comfortable to play.
Yeah, do you think we're going to a map 7?
Mostly avoid it. He's trying to play a few other heroes. You even saw him go towards, you know, the Malga.
Applied chatters are greater than other chatters for disregarding Isa. Chat, what do we think about that?
Well, there it is, Venture ban. And Team
Liquid I gotta agree.
Responding with a BAP.
It's going to force us into potential Lucio Kiriko territory, which might favor, if you want to be a dive-heavy team, play through the Tracer. A good look for Team Liquid. GK banning away their own Venture, by the way, which is very interesting. It could have also have been a Symmetra Protect. This is double duty.
What are you doing if your Reflect DPS pulls up like this?
All in one go.
What the fuck is that?
Case, very smart from GK. Otherwise, they have banned away.
All right, chat, I'm ending preds once this round starts. Get your preds in. Get your preds in.
Slowed on in New Junk City. GK still on match point after Team Liquid kind of kicked him in the rear in that last map. Going to another flashpoint map, New Junk City. See where Mymone wants to pivot.
Give them sloppy.
We know Zera is going to be playing a perma Tracer for the rest of the series. Ain't no way he's switching. Lethal still a force to be reckoned with on this Cassidy. But it has about how Mymone has pivoted in this series. Going Venture, now banned. Going Sim. Now could look for Infected though. Cover, maybe starting on the ramp.
I think Mymone's going to stay on the Venture. This is like I said, if you ban the Venture, you remove the Sims one of the Sims' biggest counters straight away. Not only that, but the venture
on
ban
Sim, yeah.
also protects the cast, which
Any
hasn't
Preds?
been banned yet by Team Liquid. Yet to come on through if the series continues.
Oh god, we're on
Because
Malga
it's like the cast
again,
comes through,
dude.
Infected
We
knows he
tried
doesn't
this
even wanna start
before.
on the Orisa.
We've played these games before.
Okay. Yeah, GK actually got to mid quicker. Speed ring out of the gate. Abril with the amp. They catch Vega on a like the smallest flank of all time. And as they reach that point first, Team Liquid, they just get run over. That's an easy point cap.
And Lethal can go Soja at any point as well if you really want to kind of play
I got a
into
Squid Game
countering
Season
Ronaldo.
3
I mean,
spoiler,
Lethal
bro.
was
I
your last,
was
think
I
Soja
was
so good
scrolling
to play the long
Twitter
range
to
retreat,
see
but
all of the pros'
Farah
reactions after
playing
El
so
Qazi into
quickly.
Demise, and I
He
saw
can't do
the
same thing. A
literal
lot more
ending.
shields, TPs around the map as well that he has to contend with. So we'll see what happens when Lethal gets the opportunity to go back to spawn. But seeing this Malga look come back from Team Liquid, this is where they kind of fell on their face yesterday, but Infected really wants to make it work.
Oh, good crit stomp. Wow, Admiral just got deleted there. Was wall riding. Potentially thought he was safe from Infected. Infected so low,
Why
though,
is
Cover just
Netflix
body
posting
blocks
the
him.
spoilers to their
Kill on
fucking
UV,
own
but
show?
My moan is going to be
Fucking
really tough to deal with.
stupid ass
These
company,
TPs,
bro.
Frustrating. Although cover with yeah,
ball
no
is not
real
good here.
support to be found. Tree and Vega.
Because you can't
are just
grapple
gonna
up that
team
much.
Up. Just run at rings around Cuffet and my moan. There will be a
BK
point for it,
banned
but still, 79%
the
first
venture
cap's not
so
bad.
that Zera can't go venture and counter the sim comp. So I guess I think GK's plan was to catch Liquid off guard with the sim. GK has not played Symmetra at all this entire fucking season. They busted out in the grand finals, which I think is a great strategy, honestly. I don't know if Liquid is prepared for this. Seems to me like Liquid's goal is to play as fast as humanly possible before the Symmetra team, or GK is able to get the angles off from the TP.
Even a wall invested by GK as they manage to now get themselves on the point, should get the cap, have beat to spare.
Now get to use the beat for the next fight as well. Cage is about to come online finally. Vega lagging behind 25%. We do remember Vega was taken down quite early in the opening fight straight away by Lethal. Where's the touch going to come from? Zera?
Zera's on, doing a little bit of housekeeping right now, taking care of those turrets.
I can't add that emote because it won't load because the website's terrible, sorry.
High ground here for Lethal. And actually, who deals with him? It's going to have to be someone like Infector or maybe even Tree. Sends a disrupt shot his way, but Admiral boops Tree into Lethal, secures the kill. Latest sound barrier here from Vega and Infected closing in on this cage. Seems like an easy fight win here for Team Liquid. But the orbital ray might be the difference Vega GK need. But unfortunately, Cuthbert not quite tagged by it. But they got a
that was heals from RuPaul, keeping Infected alive. Oh my god.
It's going to keep Team Liquid in this fight somehow.
Yeah, he just didn't go down. This is the difference. I mean, Malga didn't get his personal healing buffed a little bit on this patch.
They're going to have another fight, though. They're going to have another fight.
He just lives on a sliver of HP. And Ultraviolet doesn't get the orbital ray in time. He used it at the end. But if he gets it maybe 2 to 3 seconds earlier, when he
Tree on the Sombra
may have already gone down as well. Just don't
GK completely TPs past the initial aggression of Team Liquid, but they're not gonna have a TP for this next fight. If Team Liquid can get a good fight going here, they have the Curio. Zera misses the pulse bomb, dumbass.
Pulse bomb misses.
RuPaul Curio on the point.
For sure, as the rush gets used on the point here for Team Liquid. Zera first to fall. Turrets right now cooking, Infected on the point.
Honestly, I haven't really hated on any teams this stage besides Gen G
coming in, and here comes the wall.
and TU.
Lethal is dead. No healing was sent his way whatsoever. And now Team Liquid have to walk into this microwave. This car washer turret. Asuzu comes in just in
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Maimon
won. Tree's killing everyone. RuPaul's still alive. Oh my god.
Tree finds 2 and RuPaul finishes the fight. As Team Liquid flip the point, get the cap.
Tree, though, he got the important kill onto Admiral, prevented the beat from coming.
Kappa goes to the Winston. Oh my god. No, they go Orisa. Oh shit. GK is now fumbling, scrambling, stumbling, fumbling. They don't know what to do. Orisa, Winston, Symmetra, Cass. Tree has the EMP, and he's using the goated skin. A huge EMP, finds 2, or finds 4 actually. That's all they need. Oh my god, Liquid is playing amazing right now. Bring me to a game 7 so I can cat wiggle.
You can feel the pressure coming on through. Kuffa's even gone over towards
Kuffa goes Winston, and then back to Orisa. Chat, you know what this means? They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. He went.
To come through now. This is Lethal's best hero.
Hazard. He went Ram, Winston, Orisa, Winston, Orisa.
Nice shot. Sound barriers on both sides. RuPaul, Mymone traded.
Get this guy a map.
He's
He's going Winston to jump out of spawn? Really? I mean, maybe, but that means he's dropping like 30% of his Orisa ult every respawn.
A TP from Ultraviolet. Zera eventually finishes him off, and now sights set on the Lucio.
I don't think that's a good idea. Especially not right now. I mean, Kuffa hasn't gotten an ult in like
when the numbers
4 fights because of it.
So much done here. GK can't keep
maybe you guys are right, shit. I don't know. Maybe that's the new meta, I guess. What's up, Aimable? We are playing Mystery Heroes.
Now we're threatening a 2-0 on New Junk City. Map choice from GK.
Why didn't he switch to get out of spawn there? They had the touch point really bad now. Oh man.
A free cap, but we take Orisa out. And we're at 91%.
Malga's working. I don't know, Manu.
Right now. And they don't need to use ults.
Let's go.
Crit stomp onto
Let's go, Liquid.
Team Liquid playing the game right now at a much faster pace than GK.
Yeah.
And honestly, outbraining them right now.
And that's it. Maimon gives up on the Symmetra strat. The Sim to completely stump Team Liquid. Throw a wrench in their plan. Did not work because of the way Team Liquid played the Malga. Completely outpacing the Symmetra. So, Kuffa tries to go to the Orisa. Maimon goes to the Tracer. We might see Liquid swap off of this comp after we blow their load here.
Cage still available too if they want to try and just make this fight not even at all. Terror Surge? Absolutely nothing.
It's Vega.
Kuffa goes down, trading for Vega.
Malgo comes out as Maimon. Oh, a lot of ults used there for Liquid. Good round. Good fight from GK. Oh my god, Maimon. Holy shit. Do we swap here? Or do we stay the Malga? They're on Hazard now. Are we staying the Malga or are we going Ram maybe? Maybe Orisa?
Brutal for infected. Now for GK, Kuffa moving over towards third hero.
Staying the Malga. Gonna use the Malga run to fall up on the EMP. Has to be good here. Get the EMP off, kill Admiral before he can get a beat off. Early Sojo from Lethal. Beat from Vega. As Lethal gets stomped on. Infected just curb stomped him.
Easy kill. Shuts down one of the stars.
He comes out Admiral, the EMP. A little early from Tree, but it doesn't matter. Kuffa's still dead.
Kuffa hacked that entire time, and Tree just focused.
Maimon gets RuPaul. Goofy hack. Tree Sombra looking so good. This is just the advantages of having a hyperflex player on your team like Tree. He can play Sojourn, Freya, Cass, Sombra, Farah. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. This is the benefit of having him on the team, dude. You can play whatever the fuck he wants.
Look for GK to start things out with. Despite only a 2-man EMP, look, the EMP catches Kuffa, and that's where the domino starts.
Oh my god. Liquid playing at a great pace right now, and they're so synced up. I haven't seen this Liquid team be this synced up yet this season. Slam, follow up, slam, follow up. Perfect.
The stomps, the crits, the slight CC enables you to
wow.
On those kills.
Every single run is slamming. Every single run.
They're coming up, but they haven't secured them yet.
Affected 1 HP, and he's McGill doesn't get any help.
Okay, Liquid getting a little too over aggressive. They split a bit and they go down 2 here.
They need it.
Don't know why they split so hard.
Okay, Zero gets blamed there as 99%. There's the flip. But there's still a hope. There's still a chance for Infected to finish this 3-0.
F7 on board here for Team Liquid if they can just get
Man,
the
Falcons
flip.
management needs to be fucking murdered, bro. Why is Proper not playing, dude? We are wasting away an Overwatch player's prime right now.
GK, they're posturing for it. Infected is super low.
Be nice. How about they be nice to Proper? Little fella needs to play. They're wasting his prime. He's gonna not play for a year and then come back wash.
Also ends up going down as Team Liquid is just routing GK. Infected now pushing on the point, putting his manly body on there, and there's no one from GK that can really answer him.
Oh shit.
Lethal with the railgun just gets smacked up aside of the head though. by Tree. And then you say 3-0.
Wow. And we're going to a map 7, baby. We're going to a map 7. Holy shit, chat. They're putting on a show.
Coming back with
They're putting on a show for us.
Available for Zera, and he just rips through GK, and we see the win on the Malga, taking a page out of Ben's best, the bot team that won in the Battle of Bots Grand Finals. Malga do be winning
What
today.
is Avril talking
to the dismay
about?
of all of our eyeballs, but for Team Liquid, this is exactly what they're looking for. Cuffler and GK couldn't make this work yesterday versus Team Liquid. It is so crazy that for Team Liquid, they can turn this around and say, you know what? We will make this work. And they do this after losing.
Preds are up, chat. Preds are up for a map 7. I want crazy points in for this one. I want crazy points.
In play, but New York City in particular. The bans were honestly really good from GK. The Venture ban protecting the Sim and
Tree
the cast,
playing
but they just
so
didn't
good
find
on
the damage
Sombra.
to take down
36
the
and
Vector.
5, flexing his hyper flexibility, playing so good. Everybody on Liquid doing their part. Vega 23 and 4. Okay, Vega. More damage than RuPaul. Vega having a great map there. Infected doing great, of course. 4,000 healing from Vega. He almost has more healing than Admiral.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what a performance from Team Liquid to claw their way back into the mix with this one. Johnny literally can't believe it. We're going all the way, guys. We're going to map 7.
We just want to give out those lovely, lovely hours spent in chat.
Yeah, I mean, if
we
you
just want to
haven't-
give drops. We want to give out all the drops to them. Yeah, we just want to give them all the drops.
If you haven't gotten the
Bro,
drops
Tree
yet,
has
then,
played Sojourn,
well,
Cass,
what can I
Freya,
say?
Farah, Sombra, Hanzo in this game.
Let's talk about what we just got to see on New Chunk City, though, or also on Surabasa, quite frankly. Team Liquid, they were upping the tempo. They were making compositional changes.
I've arrived.
which
Hi,
really
Fraudulent
worked out for
Fraud.
them, and they really caught GK off guard with it.
Yeah, I think the key word that Jaws and Avril brought up was pace, right? And I just started even on Suravasa as well when Infected picked the Wrecking Ball, constantly threatening the backline of Admiral and Ultraviolet on GK, and it allowed
Wait, this
Tree
game
and Zera
or
to
the whole
operate
match?
In a way they didn't really do previously.
Well, not this
Tree
map. Yeah,
always
the whole
sliding
game, bro.
around
He
on
didn't-
the
he played
Sojourn,
8
just,
characters that game?
pressuring
No.
the backline, and they were able to find picks on the back of the Wrecking Ball. On New Junk City, it was all about the Mauga. Tree on the Sombra as well in the enemy backline, and
True.
charging
Lady Turtle,
in.
you're right.
Infected got so many great overalls.
Come on, Preds,
there.
let me
Like,
see.
the Sombs,
Do the
it was
Preds, man.
unbelievable. So I'm just absolutely blown away.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out today, by the way, chat. And thank you guys so much for hanging out for all the co-streams, bro. If you've been here with me every weekend, I thank you guys a lot. There's a lot of fucking co-streamers out there, so I thank you guys for watching me. There's a lot of other options for you guys to be with, so I appreciate you guys for choosing me.
Being able to get those executions on top
Thanks,
of this
dude.
tempo. Like, if you're not going to get the final blow, your partner is right there with you. That communication.
Low key though, I give out cookies at my watch parties though, so I mean it's not really a competition.
When it's on the Kirko or the support line, it really can make a big change in the outcome. So also, to be fair, I think just to have a little highlight note on Suravasa, the number of Ajaxes that we had across the board also was insane. I think it was 3 total, 2 sound barriers and an
Like, who's
EMP.
counting, right?
Nutty.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yes,
turning into-
final game. Game 7, baby. Here we go.
See both, of these compositions
Oasis,
being quite a bit
King of the Hill, a best of 7 map decider? That's so ass.
getting exhausted. Keep in mind,
I hate it.
GK is taking this to map 7 after running
King of the Hill, game 7 map decider.
up here, so they've been playing
Okay, so we have an actual team deathmatch as our grand finals decider.
tenacity that they're showing.
No, Li Zhang's
to
not in the
keep
map
themselves
pool.
alive here. And quite frankly, given what we've seen from both of these teams, it's impossible to pick a favorite here. Like I think it's going to be on even footing heading into Oasis.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. And this has been a great day for my conspiracy group, by the way. Because obviously going back and looking at yesterday's winner bracket final, Avril touched on it a little bit, and you did as well, Rich. You know, they banned the May on Circuit Royale. They didn't ban the Cassidy, GK that is. They didn't ban
Dr. Hammond, my man, 21 months. Thank you.
Now we're going to Oasis, which was the first map yesterday. So now GK, they know
What's the next game? What you talking about, bro? Cool. Have you even been here the whole time? Shut those stupid ass up.
I'm curious to see what the bans are. Like, do you ban Wrecking Ball at this point, considering the trouble that Infected's giving you? I think it's quite ironic actually that we're going to go back. Oh, it's going to
GK banned Malga. Liquid banned Sim. Oh shit.
This would be the 10th map.
Oh shit.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love that you managed to like sneak this in here as well.
So,
since we talked about, you know, GK
but I think this GK ban is fucking useless because Team Liquid was only playing Malga because Wamaimon was playing Symmetra. But wait, who had ban first? Oh no, never mind. They had ban first. So that's perfect. GK banned Malga with the mine inside to say we're gonna play Symmetra, so we're gonna ban Malga because Malga hurts the Sim. But then Team Liquid banned the Symmetra, so what does it matter? They just counteract each other. The Malga ban makes a lot of sense if you're gonna play Sim, but now they can't play Sim. So both teams are basically wait.
Thank you very much, Zoe.
I think Liquid win. I think Liquid win. I think Liquid win.
North American bracket here.
I don't like the hazard. I don't like the hazard on this map. I got Liquid winning this. Chat, I'm ending Prez in 30 seconds. Here we go. Game 7. $30,000 on the line. Here we go.
Lost every single control.
Wait, what? Team Liquid have lost every single control?
So yesterday's upper bracket final was Kuffer and GK wanting to bring through the Malga. It wasn't a good look. Ends up being, ironically, their opponents in Team Liquid that discover how to pilot the Malga, at least on New York City, to success.
Ending Preds.
Malga being banned on
1.1 million on TL, 592k on GK, 250k from Excellence on TL, 150k from Ace on GK. Here we go.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Sombra for GK, Tracer for Liquid, Winston versus Hazard. GK on their bread and butter. The Life Weaver, Winston.
The target focus has to be perfect.
No!
Oh,
Zero blinked straight into it. Infected going low.
Infected pretty low as well. He's got control of this top pavilion, but isn't going to stick around for too long.
This is the horse that GK ride on, and
if Sim is banned, are they still allowed to use early TP like that?
On this composition, they
Oh, bro, Sim is banned.
It represents this signature look, and Team Liquid take it down because one of the few times we're going to see the entirety of the comp, including the hazard in play.
Wait, did they actually TP? Wait, did they really?
Trying to make this win.
Wait.
What's Anna look work? No Brig in play, mind you.
Nice manual hack.
Something's up then.
Now forced to recall.
What? Wait, what?
White takes a little mini there to top himself back up. Still in the backline right now. Solo operating. But Comfort takes down Infected. Slides around the corner. A nano boost onto Tree though is going to be disastrous for Cupper. And
wait.
It's all good.
They should just go Symmetra then.
Platform, but this nano dishing out damage, but no kills yet. There's GK kind of on the point right now.
Wait, go Malga.
Blissfully chilling like around the pavilion. Like Liquid have not made a dent in GK's armor right now.
It's just so hard.
Good dive on the lethal, but the life grip. Oh man.
Now the tree of life comes through. Grip on the lethal. Good luck taking anyone down through that.
Oh, dude, this is scary. Maimon 1 HP. Maimon going low. Vega gets him.
Yes, please. Says lethal.
Oh, fuck. I'm so nervous. Now the bans normally do actually ban it. I know they do. Maybe they fucked up. They definitely actually, like, it's definitely grayed out in the game normally. Maybe they fucked up.
And rightfully so. Admiral eventually falls to the nade of RuPaul, but PK is still on 80% and they've not given up the cap yet. And Lethal standing tall in the front line.
That's only
Bro,
the third kill.
whichever team loses should call for a rematch.
Tough for UV and Lethal. Perfect KDs now as we head into final fight. RuPaul still lacking by
Oh my god.
Means the nano in trouble, taking damage.
RuPaul had to nade himself too, so that is
Liquid TV'd out as well, but who cares?
Well, Lethal is in
Complain.
A little bit of a sticky situation, but should be able to get gripped out. The cap did end up coming through. And Lethal still not dead.
No, what the fuck? No nano. You have the nano RuPaul or nano tree there. Infected primals. Gotta win this fight. RuPaul gets lethal. RuPaul low. Vega low too. All of them 1 HP. Tree goes Genji. Oh, bro. King of the Hill map 7. This fraud ass GK team, dude.
Nope, not happening. Maimon ends up taking down RuPaul as Infected also falls.
Oh, they better not go Symmetra, bruh.
Not factor in this fight any longer. A smile, a small mistake made there from RuPaul. They needed help. They needed help from each other, like you said. A 99% as Zera gets the touch for OT again, but the Tracer swiftly dealt with. 99 to 27 as Geeky find the first round.
Match point.
Yo,
now
go Symmetra.
in the series on the map as well. The Beaver backline plus the Hazard.
The Beaver
Indomitable.
backline.
We saw the same comp on Oasis versus Nightmare earlier on, and it turned out perfectly. The difference there, though, was Hazard was banned. Guess what? Can't ban Hazard again. Already got banned out early in the series. So, as I said, when we walked into City Center,
Yo, I want them disqualified, yo.
play the full lineup. Hazard, Lifeweaver, and BAP all together.
They're still doing
Give
it.
them that 1-0 start. But we're going to move over to University. Cass surviving the bans.
Yo, wait.
With Symmetra being a
Wait, is Malga pickable then, bro? Go Malga, Infected.
Can't even TP your team out of spawn, I don't think.
Avril doesn't know what to say.
I'm not too sure on that one. That is an interesting interaction. We'll have to see about it, but either way.
All right, Mimo in the back line already. Playing around this mini health pack is going to be rather crucial. RuPaul already taking
Yo,
a sizable
run the match back, yo. You gotta rematch. You gotta rematch.
Right now are very low. Focus fire has been very good for GK.
Oh, man.
That Ravenous Vortex finishes
Go
off
Malga,
Vega
bro.
Tree needs help. He's 6 HP. Yeah, Coffer just jumps around the corner, clocks him for 6, and that's going to be the first cap to GK.
Full wipe essentially as well, Zero. I think getting out of that one safely, but the rest of the Liquid is just falling over and Infected once again. This
Man,
is Ram versus
in
the
such
Orisa.
a close game,
Infected
Team
is
Liquid
unwilling
comes
to try
back
and
from a
match Ram.
3-1
He
deficit. We go to
hasn't
King
been
of the
able to win
Hill
in this matchup.
to decide the
But with
final
Cass on
game.
board, so good for Lethal
And
into
this
just
fraudulent
pulling the pressure
ass
on Trio
map
1 HP, who
series,
said no
bruh.
help. He goes down. A 20% for GK.
Gotta be careful, Tree. That
I gotta give it to them though. GK knows that they're good at this map pick, man. It's their best map.
Now Tree on an off angle window unlocked.
What do you mean? King of the Hill is just like not really a map where your team play matters. It's just kind of like
My Moan who tried to go for a pulse, maybe something, but they traded for RuPaul, and Vega's also down. Coffer's found 2 in this fight.
Only 2 alive though. Amber and
Okay.
Coffer, they gotta stay together. Coffer's still there. Doesn't have the Annihilation available.
Liquid
no
low-key
healing
cheating
needed
in
from
broad
trees.
daylight.
He's likely to fall pretty late.
Oh, okay, good for a little bit of stall there, but that's about it. 52% Annihilation in the back pocket as well as that pulse.
And by the way, Vega super far behind on the sound barrier. Didn't have it for that fight, but one thing that Vega did do, very importantly, we saw a boop come through that put Lethal into the pit in the middle, and Lethal wasn't part of the fight for the longest time.
restart the entire season. I don't care.
The first kill that came through for Liquid.
Pulse one for My Moan. He wants this one. He wants it bad. A good stick. Lamb ends up coming in clutch though for RuPaul, but that resource is no longer available. So Coffer can freely walk into the back line. A 3-man sound barrier from
What if
Team
this would have
Liquid.
changed
That's
everything?
disastrous. A late beat. Infected already dead. Sure, UV is down, but this is GK winning this fight.
What if GK didn't TP out and Liquid didn't TP out and Liquid won? This changes everything.
Strong, but because Vega's been so far behind here, Admiral and Ultraviolet sync together, double support ultimates online, still ahead of RuPaul marginally.
Man, last fight here, GK wins 30,000 here.
For the potential victory.
Bro, I would have much rather us play like a payload,
potentially finish off this one. Nothing to stop it right now.
a hybrid.
Tree's trying to find an angle here, but already pretty low. He's getting the support he requires, but gotta be careful.
RuPaul gets main mode, good kill.
This is rather dangerous. A good first kill though. My Moan ends up
We're
going
restarting
down.
the
Tree
entire
on the high
season, but
ground.
we're
It's gonna be
skipping
a
all the
little bit of
SSG
a pain
matches.
for them to deal with. But now Zera looking for a different target. They forced the lamp already, and what a spear spin there for Infected. Pushing UV straight out of the lamp. But OT is fast approaching.
Nice.
GK.
Nah, GK's definitely playing better. I just don't like King of the Hill. It's a boring team. It's a boring game to watch.
They need a miracle here.
But it's
Team
okay. It's still
Liquid
good. It's still
needs
good.
Something big to
Come on.
through. A javelin
Come on,
hit
Liquid,
into
come on.
a headshot from Tree, a nice stick from Zero that doesn't get lamped, something like that, because you're looking at nearly 5 ultimates, 4 major ones, double support ultimates. This is going to be the last
They're gonna go
fight.
early.
Please look at
lamp and anything
Tree.
can
No.
just explode now.
RuPaul
Tree ends up
won.
going
No
down.
lamp.
Lethal
Zero has pulls. Can Zero clutch this? RuPaul gets main mode though. But Zero Montreal, it's enough. Vega not going to get out. Vega gets out though. 98, 99. Overtime. Infected gets it.
They may not have the pulse bomb, but they only need to deal with Infected and Zera, who's on the point. Zera needs some devious heroics right now to
Zero.
go back in.
Zero.
Finds one kill. Make that a second. Zera is keeping Team Liquid in this fight. RuPaul is going to be able to teleport onto the point, but how much can Zera do? A stick from my
Tree has a really rough last game. He's
one
1-0 again. Oh my god, Zera.
Scurrying away, and Zera does it once more. Another kill onto the
My god.
But how long can he keep this up?
He's buying time for Vega. Vega's about to
Striker's never been this good in my life.
Comes back on his signature ball. Team Liquid still have the opportunity to fight.
Zera forced a recall there. Is Infected, like you said. Spinning to win on the point. Is Zera trying to just recover his CDs?
Big beat. We need some kills. Need kills. Don't see 9. No C9s.
A nice little slam as well. The lamp not enough.
No C9s.
Ultraviolet and Admiral to stay alive in this fight.
Oh my god. Zera needs the key to the city. C9.
Onto the shield, but it does not matter. They just need to continue to touch.
No. What just happened? No.
What? There's no way. GK have done it. They've defeated the curse of
No
Team Liquid.
way.
They are your stage 2
Oh
North American
my
champions.
god.
A different name.
Paul
but
even
still
woke
a
up.
Star-studded roster.
New
Oh,
organization, but
no.
the same core of players adding my mode into the mix.
Damn.
Losing star player Zero
Damn.
to opponents Team Liquid here, and didn't Zero play well in that final fight. America's
Wow.
finest to try and keep
Wow.
Liquid alive in the series and alive in the map.
He
but
needed to
GK
hit
will
that
not
pulse.
be denied.
Alpha owning that last fight,
An almost
dude. Wow.
perfect stage coming on through. Losing that upper bracket game to Team Liquid. Learning their lessons from it.
They deserve it.
Coming in so strong, 3-0 in the
Tree
lower
went
bracket,
8-8 in
annihilating
that last
Nightmare.
map. When
Out
it
in
mattered,
third place.
Tree was nowhere to be
Bringing
found.
in a match point in the
Global
series, a
warming got
strong
him,
run
bro.
for Liquid, but GK will not
Team
be denied.
Trees, man.
GK picked this game type. They chose to go to
8-8.
even though they've lost on control against Team Liquid the last 2 times they faced off against each other. An unbelievable turnaround. And by the way, that includes this series too. That first map went Liquid's way. A 4-3 victory, a map 7
Damn,
for the
bro.
North American Finals. GK,
Overall final match score
like
is
you said,
Lethal's the only
it's a
player in
different
the
name,
negative.
same core
Oh
of
my
players with the
god,
addition of
infected
Prime Mode.
158
Take
and
another
45.
stage. They
And
are your
Kuffa
North American champions. We're gonna
154 and
send it over to the
45.
desk as they can wrap up.
Very even tank matchup, dude.
Thank you so much. The salty lower bracket
Damn.
comeback is completed. Revenge was had after a 7-map banger of a series. Both teams having their time in the sun. Both teams really knowing and understanding their win conditions. And both teams not being scared to take risks throughout those 7 maps. This was phenomenal. This was a peak Overwatch.
Wicked, to say the least. I mean, just even right at the end there, and, you know, it got a shout-out Zero, though. I know that GK won, but that was one of the most crazy Tracer performances to try and keep this going. It was just insane, front to back, all 7 maps. What a wild way to end NA.
I mean, yeah, I really thought Zero had it there for a moment. And then, you know, Vega gets
did
back
he,
with the sound
probably.
barrier. It's a crazy dive towards the backline as well, but Kuffa just stays alive on the point and gets the thing done on Ramatra. What an unbelievable
Damn.
series. You know, we teased it at the start
Damn.
of the series, which we said this could go 7. It went 7, and what a spectacular
Damn.
series it was. It was literally everything you could ask for. I mean, this was shades of, you know, Toronto Defiant Nightmare from last year. That
What a
also
game,
went to distance in
dude.
the grand finals, right? Just an incredible
Tree.
series back and forth. I think
Tree
both
not
teams
playing
showing
good that
their
last
different
map breaks
styles.
my heart.
Pigeon in the mix as well.
Okay.
But this
That one's for
aggression,
Charles.
it seemed to be the start of the comeback for Liquid, and they had all the momentum going into map 7. But I have to say as well, I mean, so scripted.
Damn.
I don't know by who, but so scripted that it came down to the BAP life waiver on the first round, and then it came down to the Ramatra on the second
Oh,
round.
replay the map.
Those have been the main character kind of compositions throughout all of stage 2.
Oh,
And
chat,
with
some
those
words
two
being
really
said on
making,
Twitter right now.
you know, showing their
UV
true
says,
character
GG's
last
team,
two
look,
rounds
love
of
you
the
all.
grand
NHA, I guess this is the difference between first and second. And then Kuffa said, I wonder who they'll poach next. Oh.
highlighted of the,
an amazing rivalry shaping up in North America. We have not had two teams in NA that were ever worth watching for a very long time. This is good. This is good for our scene, bro. Loving it. I'm loving it. We have not seen a matchup worth being excited for a very long time.
It's also awesome to see both teams trying stuff that we haven't really seen from them at all in stage 2, right? Or very little of, such as like implementing that Symmetra. We've seen so much in the EMEA region. Now we've seen both teams looking quite confident and competent on that as well, which obviously bodes well for them heading into the mid-season championship.
Yeah, I mean, just an incredible kind of like back and forth series across this. Like GK as well. I just gotta hit on the fact that like they showed up with Mauga Reaper yesterday in the upper bracket final, and then they were like, yeah, just joking by the way. We're gonna come through today, and the BAP Lifer looked on point. They dealt with everything Liquid had to throw their way. Just an amazing comeback for this team now that, you know, kind of continues this legacy of theirs without Zero, who left after the Champions Clash. That was one of the story points we didn't really hit on, the fact that, you know, GK obviously playing against Zero, who used to be on the roster for Champions Clash when they had their big breakthrough internationally. But GK, they continue now with Maimon in the mix, who had a standout series as well. So really impressive by GK coming through here.
Yeah, I can agree more. Which player has stood out for you throughout this 7-map banger, Rich?
Oh, that's such a hard
All of them
one.
is a correct answer.
It really is. No, seriously, everybody had their moment, like start to finish. You know, when it came to Infected, turning it back around, Kuffa. But if I'm still gonna stick with Infected. I know that they weren't one of the ones that win, but when we saw
Mudded.
I love Wrecking Ball. I see it, and if I have to pick one for, you know, from GK who did take the win, I would say Kuffa is my other. I agree with you, Johnny, on how significant that Kuffa has been, and really just that front line that is necessary for this team.
Right, so I've just received word that we do have a winner's interview with, it should be Kuffa and Lethal. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go with it. Never know what you're gonna get. Overwatch is
hello.
Chocolates. Lethal and Kuffa. First of all, yeah, right, guys. Congratulations, first and foremost. But also, you have to walk us through this. What was going on yesterday? Like, this was a completely different series. Today, you played it close. You came out on top. What adjustments did you guys make heading into today's match? Was there anything happening along the lines of, you know, hiding strats yesterday? Like, please, make it make sense.
Here you go, Kuffa.
Yeah, okay. I don't think the comp that we were playing yesterday was really an issue. I think it was just the way we were playing it. Like, if you watch back that game, I'm literally just like trolling my brains out on Morga. Like, the whole comp depends around me not trolling, and I just turbo trolled. So I think it was like that, and also like only a few days playing that. And so we just went back to like our basics, like what we've always played. And I mean, these guys are playing Ram Mirror after not learning from stage 1, so I don't know. We'll just beat them.
Okay, I have two comments. So is the man bun like a thing that you're gonna try and keep? Is that like for the headset to kind of block out of the way?
Nah.
Okay. No, well, a second one is with you now going into it. We saw so much more of the Ram. You didn't want to stick with the Malga. Again, you were kind of just testing things out. And, you know, Wheat's even saying before we went into this match, you know, going back to the basics, is it just a night and day feel difference for you when you play the Ramatra? Just because it looks so strong for you, Kuffa?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely confident. And like,
I think that the interviewers should stick to talking about the game.
I think we've been playing a lot more Hazard this season. Like, we didn't really play much Ram.
Also, I don't even think that's a man bun, by the way. I'm pretty sure he has like a little hat on.
It's a match where there's like money on the line, and it's a
That's like a little like thing he wears. It's like a joke.
Sorry, we got the.
It's not even a man bun.
Lethal, I gotta ask you, of course, you win here now. You won stage 2 in North America. You also had an amazing result at Champions Clash, getting 3rd there as well under the Nightmare organization. How do you kind of take the success here from stage 2 and channel that towards a successful mid-season championship? How do you take
I'm defending Kuffa. Leave him alone, Rich.
Few months and really have a successful mid-season championship ahead of you?
I mean,
that's a plant. It's a little plant thing on his head.
Like practice for us, and we gotta, because now we gotta punch higher than NA. You know, we gotta punch like to the Asian teams, EU teams too. So we're using this as practice. This region is our practice, and then when we go to the international stage, that's where we, start rolling and start playing properly.
So you weren't playing properly now?
On. This was just a scrim. What a scrim it was. Well, Lethal, Kappa, thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with us. Also, I believe Lethal is also our player of the match. That's right. So,
Yes! Yes! Take that, Zero. I took your fucking MVP. Oh, sorry for swearing. And I took your win too.
That's right. That's right. I
Yes.
took everything away from him. Lunch money and
That
then
was so
some.
funny.
Lethal, well deserved though. Absolute banger performance from you and the entire team. And we can't wait to see more of all of you on the big stage for the mid-season championship. Congratulations and thank you so much.
Can I say something Liquid real quick?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, go
Stage is yours.
Okay, Liquid, you cannot buy wins. Just
Whoa.
letting you guys know, you cannot buy wins.
The beef is starting.
And with that burn and mic drop.
The drama. Wait, what is that lore though? Liquid. Wait, who did Liquid buy?
They tried to fight their way through it, and quite frankly, they looked.
Didn't
good doing
GK
so.
buy
The
them
final
from
play,
Nightmare?
There was the stumble.
Zera?
Salty run back from
Oh,
DK.
okay.
Couldn't have scripted it any better, guys.
No, it was just looking at this bracket and seeing the adventure that was ahead of us. Again, Johnny.
Nah, I love it. I love it. I love the shit talk. I love the shit talk. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
True. I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon. I will wear the tinfoil hat with you. They went to that lower bracket. They still fought, very, very well and easily coasted their way towards that grand finals, and where they're at that 4-3 and really, really deserve this win.
Yeah, what an amazing performance by GK this entire stage. I just thought that, going into this stage, there was some doubt, how good would they be without Sarah? They picked up my moan, and you're thinking, can they continue this performance of theirs after Champions Clash? And
I posted on Twitter.
Mightily impressed by their performance throughout, right? I think they just acted as the smarter teams going into a lot of these matches. I think you saw early on when my moan was over on the Sombra, it's just this is a really professional team. They have a great understanding of how to play positionally, how to use their ultimates, just the fundamentals, really good from GK. So from day one here in stage 2, mightily impressed by how they performed, and they carried that form throughout all of stage 2 to the point now where they're stage 2 champions. So
I love it, bro. The NA Overwatch scene has been so bland and boring. Give us something to talk about, bruh.
To lock up their spot for the mid-season championship.
Give us something to talk about.
Against international competition. And here are the teams which have already qualified. We're currently just waiting on the results of the last chance qualifier, as well as the Face It League SA Masters Season 5.
I will say I feel like this is a good outcome for the EWC. I feel like there was no flukes. I think the best 3 teams from both regions made it. I'm glad Gen G didn't make it for some fucking reason. I'm glad the Ultimates didn't sneak their way in there. I hate on SG more. I mean, bro, what do you want me to say? The 3 best teams made it. Bro, SSG got 3-0'd by Nightmare. Why would they ever go? It's not, I'm not hating. I'm being honest. The 3 best games, the 3 best teams are going to EWC in both regions. I'm glad that SSG didn't fluke their way to the win. I'm glad that TU didn't.
But Rich,
I don't know who gets in last chance qualifiers. I have no clue.
For the conclusion of our playoffs here in stage 2, what were your biggest takeaways? Anything you want to share with the people of Overwatch?
I mean, just, again, I don't get to be here as often. Having the chance to be here for Jake, it's great. I know he needed a vacation, so I'm grateful to step in on it. But just the overall competition, again, it's all funneled down to these teams that have worked so tremendously hard. And every team that has not made it to this point to move on to that, you still have to commend them for all the work. And like you had talked about, Johnny, with the relegation matches, all of the effort and the focus on the competition and just the need to have this type of competition displayed in Overwatch, I think is just so necessary. And I'm grateful that I get to be a part of it in one way or another. So that's my takeaway.
All right, chat. I'm calling it a day. I'm calling it a day. 9-hour stream banger. A great end to an awesome playoffs, an awesome season. What a great time we had, dude, co-streaming. I had a fucking good time, dude. I had a good fucking time. I really did. I had a really good time, dude. Well, chat, that's it for Overwatch Esports until July, dude. We have nothing else to watch until July. I will be here for EWC, of course. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. The rest of this month, we'll be playing a lot of Overwatch. We'll do a lot of VOD reviews. I want to start, I think on Tuesday, I'm going to start Expedition 33, by the way. Yeah, it's at the end of July, teeth. We're gonna play Expedition 33 on Tuesday, but we're probably gonna do it at the end of the day, though. We're probably gonna do like 5-6 hours of Overwatch and then start with Expedition. Anyways, amazing OWCS season. I'll see you fuckers in Riyadh. I think the season pretty much shaped up to be what I expected it to be. I did not expect this Nightmare roster or this GK roster to be as good as I expected. So I'm very happy about that. Let's create a really small streamer chat. Thank you to all the frogs that lurk like this guy, all the frogs that chat like this guy. You know who you are. Who are you? Tag yourself. I really appreciate it. Thank you to old frogs. Thank you, new frogs. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything, man. I really, really, really means a lot to me. I'll catch you guys on a flippity flip. I won't be here tomorrow, but I will be here Tuesday. We're gonna be doing some VOD reviews, and then we're gonna do some Expedition 33. I clocked out after SSG lost. That sucks. I didn't. I had a great time. You missed some good games. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll raid NY. Let's raid NY. Thank you guys for all the follows, all of the subs. If you're not following, please don't forget to follow. And I had an amazing time, dude, okay? Make sure you guys join all the socials. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel. You guys can know what I'm doing on my Discord if you want to join. How was your guys' day today, chat? W or L day? I had a W day today. Type it in chat. W day. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, alright? Peace out, fellas. Goodbye, Cheater Rocky. Goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye, Savin. Goodbye, Miappy. Goodbye, Isaac. Goodbye, Flogsy. Goodbye, Mailman. Goodbye, Blue Slayer. Goodbye, Keensley. Goodbye, Issa. Goodbye, Blue Slayer. Goodbye, Ace. Goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye, Blaze. Goodbye, Lounge. Goodbye, JB. Goodbye, Babe. Ruby Bun. Goodbye, Mailman Fetish. Goodbye, Lily Pad. Goodbye, Majestic. Goodbye, Piece of Shit. Bye, Crazy Guy. Everyone say goodbye to Paul. Goodbye. Bye, fellas. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Stay safe out there. Get freaky and nasty if you want to do. Goodbye.